You are now fixated on the finest quality of educated and opinionated brothers, black brothers, who take the free time you most have generously donated to us and curate a channel free of fuckery or bullshit and write with wisdom and insight. We turn spoils to royal, we turn doodles to murals, we turn dollars to euros, weed to florals, or florals to weed, whatever you need. We proceed to give you these
and many, many more motherfucking episodes.
What's going on? It's your boy Nikki Duce, aka Mr. No Disrespect, aka Bernie Mac Sauce, aka Don Cheeto, and this is No Disrespect. How y'all doing, bro?
What's goody?
I hate the fact that you called yourself
Hello.
Don Cheeto. Excuse me. Jackass.
That nigga. That's funny. I've never noticed.
I look like every dark skinned nigga.
This
You know.
nigga look like
No,
Daniel.
just Don Cheadle.
This look like Daniel Kool-Aid.
Who the fuck is Daniel Kool-Aid?
This
Made that up?
nigga instead of Kahlua.
I was just making sure.
I'm glad you know his name. Hey, shout out to my Ugandan brethren.
Yeah.
How you doing, Swaff, bro?
What's good, y'all? You already know who it is. Swaff in the building. It's good to be back, you know, and on the camera, on the visuals. Tell my baby I'm back in town.
Too much.
I made it.
His baby is actually in town.
Right.
I don't know
Like,
where he going.
down,
he
bro.
was
Right,
just saying
right.
stuff.
Yeah,
This
that-
nigga just be saying
You just
stuff.
yelling shit. Nah.
You just yell stuff. Yeah.
I'm back, though.
You gotta update
I'm
those.
back. I traveled and I'm back.
Your drop.
We got the whole the
Euro
fam
stats.
here. You know what I'm saying? The Atlanta fam here. My nigga DoeVinci, what's up, bro?
What's good, bro? I'm good. I'm chilling.
And we got if we got Doe here, of course we're gonna have to have Mickey in this motherfucker.
not
Our
Lord.
arch
Come
nemesis.
on. Of course, you already know the vibes.
The Yin Yang
Granola
twins,
and
man.
yogurt.
Stupid.
How you doing, Mickey?
I'm great. Thanks for asking.
You popping in pink.
Thank you. It's my favorite.
That's
color.
yogurt.
You got a Pepto commercial coming up, so
Yeah. Thank you for asking.
I appreciate it.
I've been trying to plug it for some
it's a-
time
it's
now.
a Yo
so
Play
I appreciate
commercial.
you bringing it up. Yeah, yogurt.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm ready for this episode.
I'm ready for this episode too. This is an episode that's been, as y'all know, last episode we told y'all we starting a whole series to end off this whole thing of ours that we got going on, and it's the Black Sheep series. Obviously, you can see the hats. Make sure you go cop Black Sheep. Where they can get the merch at? Swaff.
Come on.
TheBlackSheepMerch.com. Get there now.
Very
We
dope.
have a link on the Moonman page, and we also put a link in NDR page as well. By the time you see this or hear this, and
Drop in. Like, drop right there.
yeah.
Click right there.
But yeah,
Okay,
this
YouTube. Okay.
this
I
the
see.
start of the Black Sheep series, and what other way to start off a series with men and women, young men and women, than relationships? You know what I'm saying?
Of
So,
course.
of course, we ain't gonna do a regular conversation. We had a lot of conversations about relationships before. Chill has been on a bunch of them. Mickey, Doe. So of course we had to get them in for this one. This one will be a little bit of a game show though. You know what I'm saying? We gotta keep it a little different. You gotta change it up a little bit.
I like that. Since relationships, you know, niggas be playing too many motherfucking games.
Exactly.
It's fitting.
It's fitting that we have to have this too.
Bro, with this damn.
I wish you could see these niggas right now.
I hit the chops out of it.
Hey,
Oh
it ain't fun at the family feud. You know what I'm saying?
So the way we gonna break this down is it's the Ghetto Family Feud. We got two teams. We got Doe and Chill, and we got Mickey and Swaff. But me and Swaff will alternate as hosts. And we just gonna basically just ask questions that lead into conversation. So like one side will get to answer a question. If the host deems that they get the answer, they get a point. If not, then the point will go to the other team. That way there's a point given in every question.
Got
The winner will receive his or her choice of a blunt or a bottle. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
As you know how we do it. You know what I'm saying? We
Come on.
like to support our local drug dealers every now and then.
And Irish white men as well with Jameson.
But yeah,
I'll take Henny.
so we're gonna do a little game show, and let's just get started. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got anything that want to get off your chest before we get started?
I drank toxic tea this morning preparing for this. You know, I've been cleansing for a while now, so I had to get
This nigga said toxic.
I had to get some antibodies in me. Toxic antibodies.
Oh, hell.
Someone
no.
laughed
This
at
nigga
that.
got
Toxic
COVID.
tea.
This nigga said
It's not
toxic
funny.
tea.
We all got to sip at time from time. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so this is
Not the toxic.
we're gonna start off with
It's not funny.
who's gonna go first? We'll do ladies first.
All right.
So Mickey and Swap. We'll do ladies first.
All right.
Why you doing my
You got a
nigga
girl
like
right now,
that?
so you basically a lady.
Why you doing my nigga like
whatever,
that?
bro.
And he's light skinned, but that's
And
beside
you got your
don't
legs
do my
crossed.
nigga like
I'll
that.
speak for these hoes. I mean, I'll speak for
Oh,
y'all.
now we're hoes. Okay.
So this is a
What you mean now? This
this
is
was
evolution.
a one question. I'm gonna break it up into 2 parts. So Swap, I'm gonna ask the first one. You gonna ask the second one.
All right.
The first one, just to start off a little PC before we get disrespectful.
Oh my God.
Question to y'all is it possible to have an intimate relationship that doesn't rely on sex? Go.
Yes.
Elaborate, nigga. Is that your answer? Is that your fucking answer, nigga?
It's a game show.
She said,
It's a-
I'll
you-
take yes for 300, Alex.
No, I mean
Fuck you want
it's
me
a
to
short
say?
answer, nigga.
Yes.
Extended
I
answer.
believe
Explain why.
if both individuals are on levels other than physical, then I believe that it is easily obtained.
On my answer?
Yeah.
I would agree with my partner, but I'm gonna have to say no. I'll say the intent can be there. The intent can be there, but if you're really going to be what you said, intimate, eventually you're gonna want to exchange energies, and you're gonna want to get in that. You know what I'm saying? As a man, you're gonna want to get in that. As
Wait,
a
are
woman,
you
you're gonna
saying
want some dick.
No sex ever?
No, I'm saying, is it possible to have an intimate relationship that doesn't rely on sex? Sex is not
Yeah, like
the
what
main
is-
reason
what
why
is-
y'all.
Why did you say that? Eventually, it's of course.
Oh, I took it as y'all not having sex.
No. Why would y'all not have sex?
Oh, I know. That's why I was like, well, I disagree.
I'm saying like
sex.
I'm saying the intimate relationship.
struggle.
Like how
Oh,
much?
Oh,
how
you
much?
said like the sex isn't the vocal point of
Yeah,
an
like
intimate
is sex the
relationship.
reason why y'all mostly
Oh,
like?
okay.
Is sex the reason why you with your girl right now?
When you say it like that,
Yeah, is it?
When you say it like
Loaded
that,
question.
no, it's still not possible because
So sex makes up a big part of a.
sex makes up a big part of it. Because regardless, somebody's libido is going. The levels of libido, and I've been preaching this because
Doesn't rely.
you mean he's
On,
preaching this?
that doesn't mean it relies on sex.
for one of them it is.
That doesn't mean it.
For one of y'all-
it means that sex is a foundational building block. That's perfectly fine and understandable and should be.
Okay, if that's the
But-
case, how come an intimate relationship can crumble if it's bad sex? If it's not relying on that,
Hey.
how
It
can that
doesn't-
be the
I
thing
know a
that
lot
makes?
of I know a
That's
lot of
very
married
true.
people
That's
who
very
are
interesting.
who are not
That's
having
very
sex.
true, bro.
Okay, well they married,
And
they
they're
trapped.
not, I can let you know right now, they're not happy.
They're trying to
mean,
find a
yeah,
way
no,
out,
maybe
or
not.
they're trying to make it work.
Is anybody
That's
happy in
not
their marriage?
happy. They're not happy in a relationship.
Is
This
anybody
is
happy
like-
in their marriage, bro?
I don't.
I can't even answer
At the
that
beginning,
shit.
I believe that.
It's always the
by the
beginning.
time you start calling it like, well, yeah, we married, this, it's like, by the time you start calling it a marriage, it's probably
By the time it's,
fizzled out.
they always say it's 7 years. The first 7 years, if you can get past 7 years, you're gonna be married for like a long
This
time.
nigga just be throwing out numbers.
Bro, that's what they
That's
said.
what I was about to
bro.
say.
Yeah, but
Less
if
than
you've
7
been-
years,
Where the
you'll
fuck is
find
that
There's
stuff?
another
a nut in the
psychological
raw.
fact. If you've been friends for 7 years, then that's your friend for life.
That's the
So-
business. If you got a business for 7 years,
No, that's friends.
So you saying
I'm done
but 7
talking.
years to get married?
No, 7 years
I didn't say
after
that.
you get married. Like like I remember we was talking about
That's
this at the
when you
crib.
should get a
I
ring.
was saying like, because
And have a wedding.
When you
7
when you get
years.
married,
you prove something.
when you get married to somebody, that's like for
Y'all
a
could die in
long
7
time.
years.
Like that's a long time. That's the rest of your life. So like you don't really think about it in the beginning. Like this is the rest of your life. It doesn't hit. I'm thinking the reason why they said that is like it doesn't hit you until your 7th year. Like damn, I'm with this motherfucker
Forever.
Forever.
But no, that's why they should wait until that 7 year mark, or at least down the line, to start spending all that money on a wedding and a ring. Wait, let you know it's worth it. Yeah, you could die in that time, but damn, if you died in that time and y'all got married, now all them bills is on her or him.
Come on. Take your time.
That's a horrible.
take your time.
And have kids before you're married,
He's
so they
saying
can
like
be in the
so
wedding.
he's saying obviously worst case. Obviously,
So Suave, the original question is Suave thinks that intimacy has to there's a big chunk of it is sex.
Sex.
How much would you say is that chunk? If it's like 3,
I didn't say. Yeah, I don't think sex is not.
gotta speak
part of
close
it.
to the mic.
I'm not saying sex is not part of it. I think that it's at least. Well, for men or women, it's different.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
For a majority, I'll say.
What would you say? What
There
would you say
are-
for women?
There are women who like sex more than other women. So I can't speak for everybody. But personally, or just
On average, how much would you say?
I think
At 100%. How
for
much?
women, probably 30 or 40%.
Suave, what would you say?
Since I'm speaking for women as well, I would say
oh my god.
80% are going to be making a big deal out of sex and intimacy. You're not gonna be cuddling up
Is
with your
the
nigga.
topic sex and intimacy or intimacy?
Intimacy, but how much is sex in
Because
intimacy?
intimacy can
Does
be
it-
reached, mentally.
You said 40% on the
emotionally.
sex, right?
I'm
And
talking
you s-
about women.
Yeah,
in
and
general,
you say 80% on the
because women
sex.
allow a lot, and a lot more is important to us.
You say you allow a lot?
A lot more other things factor into intimacy for us. Like we don't
Y'all
want to
are-
have sex
Y'all are
with
more
you if
emotional beings.
we're
compared
turned
to
on
us.
we're turned on by connection. We're not turned on by fat ass. We're
Right.
turned on by connection. So if my sex is off, but your emotional connection to me is off, I don't want to fuck you either. I don't want to have sex with you. Majority of the time, if people are not having sex, it's because the woman can't get out of her head whatever a nigga did to her. So my sex is off because what makes me intimately close to you is fucked up.
She blaming the nigga for why she ain't busting it out wide open.
No, I'm not blaming him, but I'm saying like what turns me on. Think of it as, okay, say you married a woman with a fat ass. That's what turns you on about her. What if her BBL imploded like Nikki's did and now she don't have a fat ass? She's flat. Okay,
Nikki's
you're not
BBL
as-
imploded?
Why
What
does
the
fat
hell?
asses always gotta be
Is this fake news?
Why
This
they always
is
gotta
fake.
be fake? It can't be
Open
real.
up your mind.
What happened?
There are
It
some
wasn't Nikki, I think it was
naturally
Black
fat
China.
asses
Wait,
out
now
here.
let's not jump her here. You know what I'm saying? But seriously,
I'm just
like,
saying, please.
What
think
happened
of
to
it
Nikki? That's what I
as-
don't know.
No, it was Black China.
was Black
But
China,
think
okay.
of
But, like,
it
why is it
how
gotta be fake?
Think of. I mean, for it to be gone. Say your woman.
because
had,
a
Here,
real
I-
ass ain't gonna be gone.
I have a better.
Nikki's was
I have a
sagging
better
one time on a-
example.
Okay, what's
Give me
the
a better
better?
one.
Yeah.
Give me a
Your
better
wife
This
gets
your points count on this example.
your wife gets breast cancer and
Okay.
has to get a mastectomy. No, this really happened.
I
going.
know. I'm just
Keep
saying
going.
you went dark, nigga.
You-
Like-
but
You
you're
went
trying
dark,
to say
but keep going.
realistic. You're saying realistic. Breast cancer.
That's
is,
that's
Okay.
okay, go ahead.
That
My
is
bad.
real.
keep going.
that's
Keep
very realistic.
Come on.
That could very much so happen. She gets her boobs cut off. Now she has. I mean, it's if you don't have a great surgery, you don't necessarily have big fake boobs or anything. Then it's scars. It really is. It's just like
Okay.
skin.
Okay.
Nipples may not be
She-
there.
she
It's
just
bad.
got a
It's
chest.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a chest.
You know what I'm saying?
Now,
She built like an
You're-
oblong at this point.
So when y'all fuck, she wears your shirt.
cancer.
huh?
Don't make people hate you.
Ain't nobody say this is a hypothetical person. This ain't even real.
Yes, it is.
This nigga's
He's saying that he's talking about the
The situation. I ain't know.
I know, but I know people like
Don't
this.
let her forget a point. Keep
Go
going.
ahead.
She gets a mastectomy. Her boobs are gone. So now it's stretched out skin, kind of like skin graft.
Okay.
Okay, that's what it looks like there. You're not going to be visually turned on by that. That's
Okay.
just
Why
honesty.
are you saying that? You wouldn't be visually turned on if your nigga had
That's
less
different.
than-
If there's
let's
no
say his
boobs
No, I'm
there.
saying like he had less than one nut. Like one nut was gone and he had one nut hanging.
Let's-
Now,
I
can
mean,
I
I
ask
could
We
work
can
with
fuck in the
that. I
dark,
could
but
work.
No,
that's-
so you're
that's
saying we're
what-
not going to be visually stimulated, and what else to it?
saying you're not going to be visually. Yes. I mean, the visual is gone.
Right.
So I'm trying to relate that to when women feel hurt or something happens and it really damages her, and that emotional connection for whatever reason is cut. That's what was turning us on about having sex with you. That's a reason women will not have sex with you or not be as turned on as they used to be.
Right.
And that's why you're not having as much sex with each other, because neither of you wanted you like in the beginning, because that shit wasn't going on in the beginning.
The intimate.
Now, does
Yes.
that go to the same for the intimacy?
Yes, I mean, you said if going off of what, if your point stands true that sex is an important part, then yes. What do you mean?
I'm saying I thought I made this mistake. I thought the question was based on how much of intimacy or being in a happy intimate
What's the
relationship is sex.
The
How much
question
is
is
relied
it
on
possible
sex?
to have an intimate relationship that doesn't rely on sex?
I'm assuming that's a
rely.
happy intimate relationship and not just intimate. You know what I'm saying? And unhappy like a marriage, but happily.
First of all, we cannot paint all marriages as unhappy. Let's not do
Ain't
that.
nobody say marriage. I just said
are.
relationship.
Let's just keep
I'm not
it
saying
up.
that.
Divorce rates are still through the roof.
But that's because people don't date right. But yes, go ahead.
I mean,
nonetheless.
it just proves
That was
the point.
a long roundabout answer.
I mean, if we're speaking majority.
Mickey brought in cancer, so of course I gotta give her the point for that.
Hold on.
What? You
Why?
gonna give her
Why
the
give her a
point?
point for the
Y'all on the
cancer?
same team,
Y'all on
nigga.
the
The
same
fuck?
Oh, okay.
Hold on, wait a minute. So
Wait,
does your
no, I
friend,
mean, shit.
respectfully, does your friend have a fat ass?
Hey, no, real talk.
Don't look at me
This
this
is
way.
for-
I'm
this
really
is
trying
the-
to
I
get
thought that was
somewhere.
the audience want to know.
I'm
I
really
thought it
trying
was
to get
implied.
somewhere. Does she have a fat ass?
Not like Instagram fat or anything.
You talking about the one with the one
Well,
titty?
then we
Does
wouldn't
she
have
have
an
her in the
ass
first
comparable to
place?
yours.
You talking about the hypothetical one titty woman?
Yes.
Okay. Does she have a fat ass?
Not
Does she have one titty and fat ass?
I didn't say this was my
was
friend.
no
I said I know
titties. It was
people
no
like
titties.
this.
Does she have?
So let's say she doesn't.
This nigga said.
Okay,
So
then
she just got one titty, not two
No
titties.
It's not even one titty. Like they take your boob.
They're
out.
both gone.
the
both
point I
gone.
was trying
Yeah.
to get at is if she can,
You can work
if
with
she
one.
had a fat ass,
You can work for none.
that could definitely help her. In
But
regards-
It
zilch?
could
You
help,
ain't
but
gotta
can
ask,
we
you got
please be
zilch?
realistic about men
I can't
and
work
not
with
act
that.
like that wouldn't. Come on.
Yes, I mean it's different, but that doesn't
way
mean
you-
I
If that's
shouldn't be
your-
able to
I'm not
love
the
you.
plug.
or
If that's
anything.
your wife,
You know
then
what I'm
that's your
saying?
wife, bro. Especially if she went through cancer. Like you ain't gonna just like, all right.
Are you
Are
already
you-
with
that
her?
happens every day.
Or did you meet her?
That's what I'm saying.
I said, are you already with her or did you
That's what I'm
meet
saying.
her?
I thought it was. She explained like y'all was with each other for a while. And she
This
got
is-
cancer.
Oh,
and she
yeah.
lost the titty.
Right.
Like okay, so then that's my wife.
That's
I
my
got
wife.
I got to hold her
Yeah.
down. Let her
Okay.
work sickness out.
Now we're on that.
Oh, okay. Just because you won't fuck with a nigga with one nut.
I didn't say that. I said I would. We'll fuck in the dark. That's what I said.
But
Oh,
in
you
the-
throwing
in
darts,
the
so you gotta
dating-
block
in
one
the-
of your
in the-
senses to fuck with this nigga.
I'm just playing. One nut doesn't matter,
So
especially if you had
you gotta-
cancer.
But if it
You
was
got a bird box fuck.
He's got the but listen. But listen.
Why do I come to these?
You got to damn near kidnap and put a
You
bag
got a
over her
Sandra
head.
Bullock fuck.
You got to put a bag over her head. Fuck it.
Why do I
She
come to
got a Donald Trump golden shower.
You got to fuck her like a Saints fan.
He gotta be in another room while y'all fuck.
But listen. If it was in the dating scene, that's different. You know what I'm saying? In regards to the cancer.
Yeah, is this a relationship?
I
as
said
in-
relationship.
I got him.
How- You already got
Yeah, this is
That's
a
a
relationship.
relationship.
Casually
Been
dating.
more specific because
If it's a relationship.
people's questions can be confused based off how they're thinking.
A relationship in
the
general.
period
In
of
general.
time.
If
I
you are
think
intimate with someone, is
the
it mostly relying on sex?
especially if the relationship's new. Yes, because you're still exploring each other.
Exactly.
But if you're married, even you as a man, your libido eventually, you
It
know,
will thin out, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I mean, that's why this is like it's a very broad question.
People, I'm
It
just
is.
saying, for the record, we all need to keep that in mind when answering these questions and giving our most honest opinion. Like, it's not just, it sounds like he said relationships in general, but if you're dating, that's a completely different separation from if you're married. Like, I have completely separate standards. You know what I'm saying? Even for myself, like, fuck the bullshit.
I was gonna say we need to ask them the question too.
Just giving the disclaimer.
And I want to frame it like something that's more specific and not so broad. Let's say if we're talking about it, how much does sex, like how much is it relying on sex? Let's assume that if you're saying it's not relying on sex, it's not in a healthy manner. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's not relied on sex, you're assuming that it's a healthy. People are saying our relationship isn't relying on sex. When people say that, that's because they're probably getting a healthy
Mix of
a
other
mix
stuff.
of sex
That's
for
what-
them.
but that's
you know
what
what
I'm
I'm saying?
saying,
Like
like,
they're fine with
the
that.
question is-
but
is-
you ask a nigga when he's not getting no pussy. If you ask
At
him
all?
like, is your intimacy relying on sex? It's like, well, shit.
No.
Yeah, because I'm not connecting with her like I would if we was
That's
having
what
consistent sex.
That's the whole crux of the question. The question is more about I said all relationships because at the end of the day, sex means a lot than most motherfuckers give on. Men and women. Like women gonna say it's 40-30. If the nigga ain't fucking you, you gonna bounce.
That is
the
true.
nigga gonna say
If you're-
the nigga
if
gonna
he's not
say
fucking
80.
you good.
Exactly.
That too. The
It's the
nigga
exact same
the
thing.
nigga gonna say 80, 90. It's the same shit. It's like sex is I guess especially for our generation, it makes up at least 60% of intimacy.
I think
But-
it's important.
But
And
we
that's
can't-
if a nigga know how to do the other shit. Or the woman knows
Just-
how to do other shit.
Just fuck me till I can't fuck no more, and then I'll love you for the rest of the time I'm on this earth. You know what I'm saying?
and
No, I agree with that.
No,
Let's
I wanna
travel and
ask
have
them
sex
that.
on balconies and shit. That's all
'Cause
I want to do.
we
I'll be a happy
can't just
person.
give Mickey the
That's
point.
not live.
We ain't even get their answers yet. I need to hear. You need to make sure their answers is better than ours.
I
No,
think
that's
I
the
have
next
a-
question.
I think
That's
I
what
have
I'm
a
asking.
solid
What?
answer.
The question, I
Because
said that's one part.
I
The second
related
part is coming
guys'
up.
intimacy with girls, so you could see it.
Right.
I think I would. I'm just telling you how dope
You
I
also
am.
threw
That's
in
all. Go ahead.
cancer, so
Yeah,
you know
you
what I'm
was
saying?
just all you
We
was
gonna
just
have to-
making all the points
just
just to say points. You wasn't even giving me your own real nigga answer.
I said, do you want my?
You brought a
I even
motherfucker with
asked, I said,
cancer
you want my
into it.
Didn't I say that? Do you want my personal, or do you want me to say you're like women in general? So I told you women in general, and then tried to relate it to you. How y'all like, oh well, sex, da da da. Well, it's different for us. If we can't get turned on, then that's why you want to have sex with me. I get it, but like I'm not turned on by you the way I used
If you
to.
can't be intimate without sex, then you can't be intimate with sex.
Agreed.
No, what you think?
And my answer to the question?
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, I don't think intimacy relies on sex. So I would say yes, you could have a relationship. I guess if it didn't rely on sex, but I mean, sex is a big part. But yeah, you can though. You know what I'm saying? Why you think
The
it's,
answer is yes.
it's
That's what I'm saying.
it's
Like,
females
Like I
out
said.
here that talk to niggas that's doing like, you know what I'm saying, life,
Yeah.
doing in jail, and all they doing is talking on the phone, and they ain't like
Hey,
relationships
shout out
with
to
them.
them, man.
They
Holding
get-
niggas down on
yeah.
cell block D. You
No,
feel
but
me?
yeah, you're completely.
but they fucking his best
isolated.
friend, right?
No, I know.
Make sure you
But
put
their
Related women
relationship,
talking
though,
to
they
niggas
have a
in jail.
relationship.
Make
bro.
sure you put your money on JPay. You feel me? Put your money on
That exists,
JPay.
Nick. Don't do that.
What?
People are in relationships because at the time that nigga's libido is not.
Why you
his
keep talking about libido?
priority? It's not. I mean, I'm saying he's able to relate to her on other ways because he can't fuck her, so he has to be intimate with her in other ways.
That is very true.
No, I'm saying as far as women, like she can have an intimate relationship over the phone, but she's still getting dicked
No,
down by
don't
somebody.
say that.
What do you
That's what
mean?
I'm saying. I'm
What do you?
saying-
No, I'm
Not
saying
in
she can-
every
she can-
case, though, bro.
She can have like
that's what I'm
not every
saying.
case.
Don't
Not
sit there and
every
be
case.
like,
I'm
yeah,
not in
but
most
she's not-
cases.
I'm not saying
that's-
every
that's-
case.
That's
In most cases,
she's
in most cases,
More
yes,
likely she
Yeah,
get
but not in
of
every
course,
case,
but
though.
like we can't keep bringing that into it. If you're gonna,
It's
actually,
a part of it because
Okay.
I'm talking about because you're talking about intimate relationship. Like that's the only nigga that she's not fucking.
That's
no,
not enough.
Yeah, she's not fucking no other nigga, but she having phone conversations.
Okay,
not-
they can
that's
be
not for every
interested.
case.
I'm saying,
intimate,
that's not
but
every
like,
case.
She
Hey,
gets
Mickey,
somebody topping
Mickey,
her off.
It's most cases though. You
That's-
know what I'm
it's
saying?
most
probably
cases she
most
You
is.
ain't fuck you if your nigga go to jail. You ain't fucking nobody else until
I've-
you get out.
You can. Women can be celibate
I'm
much
asking
longer
you a
than
question. I'm asking you a question.
women can be celibate
No, no,
much
no, no,
longer
I'm
than
asking
men.
you
do
a
it for so
question.
long.
For
Let me help you.
right,
How
exactly.
long is he going to jail for?
That's what I'm saying.
20
there's,
years.
There's definitely
20 years.
No, I'm not dating nobody.
You ain't
that's
closing up
Exactly,
shop
yeah,
for no
yeah.
20
Yeah,
years.
I agree.
Yes.
But you love the nigga. But you love the nigga though.
But by that time though, you're able to have what are they called?
What?
The,
You gonna freeze your eggs?
Yeah.
Shit,
Hell
orgies.
nah, not if you go to jail.
Swingers?
By that time you get a divorce.
Goddamn
You
Jesus.
can't stay with a nigga who's gonna be in jail for 20 years. Let's be real. That's,
Why not? You may
Shit.
commit for
No.
I
better
know
or for
somebody
worse.
that's
Rich
in
or
a
poor.
relationship with a nigga that got 20 years, bro.
You said what?
But
I
did
know-
she meet
I
him in
know
jail
some-
or did they meet outside?
Nah, they met outside, but you know what I'm saying?
20
After he
years?
got his time, they got
crazy.
married.
Lord have mercy.
And she was there for him, and I'm sure.
Yeah,
Shout out to
she
her.
did for
Shout
him.
out to her, bro.
Yeah.
Throw
So
that-
I-
She
so I-
real.
throw that money on that J.
Let's get off this
Let me
one
free
because
those
this we
25
drop this
cents.
one.
Okay, so here's let's tighten up the style a little bit more.
Ask that second part.
I'm going.
You know what I'm
the
talking about?
second part is it?
The first part where it says if women.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But when y'all answer this, you know what I'm saying? I want y'all team to go first, but let's make it a little bit more concise, and we want to get both sides' opinion, both teams' opinion on it, so we can delegate who actually gets the point.
Okay.
All right. If women didn't have a pussy, how would they keep their partner interested in them?
If women didn't have a pussy, how would they
So
keep their
you're
partner
telling me
interested
that's
in
all guys care about?
So
They ain't
listen.
answered the question yet. Nigga,
Right.
give them
Can I
time.
Sit
Shit.
back, take it in. You feel me? You want to go first,
After
bro?
you're done answering, pretend like I said that.
We didn't pretend, nigga. You gonna say it again?
I am.
Go ahead.
Bruh. That's a wild question. But shit, I mean,
No disrespect.
I mean, shit, you know, head. I don't know, bro.
So something needs
I mean,
to be
because
stimulating that.
Something need to be
something has to be stimulated. I mean, you need some type of sexual stimulation to I feel like, to stay faithful to a partner. That's why, like, people be loving women and shit like that, and then something happens to them and they can't have sex, and then they go out and cheat and shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean they don't love them, but niggas need sex, bro. You know what I'm saying?
So you're
and
saying
if
nothing.
most women didn't have their pussies, they would sink.
They will
Women
what?
didn't have
Sink.
a pussy. Yeah. I mean, we would adapt. We're human beings.
With head.
Yeah.
What? Read the question one more time.
If women didn't have pussy, how would they keep their partner interested in them?
That's a horrible
That's not to
question.
say that they can't keep them interested. I'm just
I'm asking
saying,
for ways. Yeah.
What are the
How
other
would
things?
they do that? Yeah. What are the
But
things?
only a
don't be
fucking
offended by the
misogynist
question.
would
I think-
ask that question.
I think
it's not.
ways.
Yeah, it is.
I think ways women could keep a man interested: cooking, traveling, just really head. And I think those are the necessity. Those are some off the dome. I think that women can keep a man interested. But however, how long I could be interested, that is a different question. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, I feel like every man will get to a point where it's not like I'll be interested in you forever. Like if you didn't have a
No
pussy,
woman has a pussy though. This is right. the question says if women didn't have a pussy. No other women. You can't go find
so
it
if
elsewhere.
women-
Oh yeah, no, that
yeah.
changes the question. If
That is the question.
If there's a line of women who got pussy,
No,
but then
there's
you're
no-
part of the line
there's
of
no
women
other-
that don't got pussy.
Oh, you already know where
we
I'm
don't
going.
gotta adapt
No,
to shit.
that's not even a fair
We
question.
don't even know who you are.
The women without pussies are gonna get
to
cheated
answer
on.
the-
Duh.
So to answer the question,
So
then,
a real question would be a world without pussy.
So how would those traveling
Yeah, I thought
women?
you
really,
meant like
this
a
is
world
telling
without
us what else you guys are interested in.
Man, traveling, head, cooking.
Hey, they paying
Jesus.
for flights.
The question is, there's no pussy.
But hey,
And
for another flight.
God damn.
what's the
There's
most
no
important
pussy.
one out of those reasons? Of,
and he stopped counting.
I'm trying my best.
You're trying to picture a world without pussy?
Trying. Traveling,
no, there's
cooking,
none. There's no
head.
pussy.
Jesus.
Outside of the head, you got a good friend. You got
What
a
if she can't cook?
I'm
She's
lost.
too broke to travel.
What
What if
am-
she's a normal woman and she can't? She
What do you
can't.
mean a normal woman?
I'm saying like a normal, like an average, not meeting necessarily your standards. Just like a common woman, you know.
a common one.
What the hell? What are you talking
Like a
about?
pet.
That's a bad phrase. That's a bad way of saying it.
does
I'm
she have
meaning a
pussy?
woman who doesn't, who maybe she can't cook.
Like a
She don't got money to travel.
Does she have a
What was the
pussy,
other
though?
ones? No,
She
she's
don't.
pussyless.
This is a world full
Oh,
of no
so you're
pussy.
saying
No
is
one
she,
has pussy.
I'm no,
in
I'm
this world.
asking for this specific thing. His tangent. Keep going.
Okay, so yeah,
No one
no one what?
has a pussy.
no one has a pussy.
Yeah.
No one.
It
Can
does.
we
It
just
doesn't.
stop saying
It
that?
doesn't exist.
Just so you
I
don't
need-
know. I want to hear your
So it's a
answer.
pussyless world.
It's
There's
a,
a
it's
pussyless world.
it's niggas and Barbies. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
What?
Keep going. Make your point though.
Hold on, so
Barbies?
niggas don't have dicks neither?
No, I said niggas.
No,
so
y'all got
niggas,
dicks.
niggas is niggas still there.
But he
But
said Barbies because
Oh,
ain't
niggas
nobody
don't
anymore
Barbies.
without pussy.
That's like
They ain't got-
What you say?
She got a fat ass, but no
I
pussy.
was saying, let's say
We
she's
would not
pussyless
reproduce.
and she don't got the money to travel. She don't cook very well. What was your other examples?
The Lord.
Okay.
She don't love the Lord. What is the Lord? She don't love the Lord.
She don't go to church.
She don't go to church. She don't love the Lord.
She don't go to church.
I'm out of there. I'm out.
He was looking for
Nigga,
any excuse.
I'm out.
She don't brush her teeth. I'm out of there.
Get out of here.
She don't tie her shoes
So
right.
she don't love the
I'm
Lord.
out
She
of
believes in
there.
the Lord.
Nah, she better believe in the
Because she
Lord.
says there's
'cause that's all
gotta be
she
a
got.
reason she ain't got a pussy. She says everything happens for a reason. So she believes in the Lord.
So what y'all are saying is everything else then has to step up if there's no pussy in the world.
Yes,
It's-
absolutely.
So that's you're admitting that you allow a lot of shit just for good pussy.
yes.
Yes.
Damn, we got to the bottom of it.
That's how you did. That's how you preaching on a Friday.
That's how you chip away.
You're so
You
annoying.
preaching on a Friday.
We unpacking
You preaching
now.
on a, say it one more time for the people in the back.
Come
What did you say?
on.
No, I'm
What
not.
did you say?
I'm not on
You
your
have
side.
to step everything else up. If you didn't
But why does it have to
pussy
be to please
display.
you? Like, why does it have to be for y'all?
No. I'm just going by
It
the
is.
question.
No, I know you are.
Don't attack
But
me.
the way
I
you
don't
talk
feel
is
it.
still the
I'm
way
going by the
the way you're
question.
talking is still to fulfill your needs. What about us? We're just here without.
I
pussies
said
and-
travel, cooking and shit. I'll cook too. I'll travel too. I love the Lord. Shit. I'll feed
I
dick
mean,
in your
we know
mouth.
both sides do a
Hell,
lot of
we can
shit
do anal too.
for the other.
I'm down with that. Shit.
He said, I'll
Lube it up.
feed. He said, I'll
Shit.
feed dick in your mouth.
I got K.O. I got
he
K.O.
catered to her
He
by
said
doing
she ain't
that.
got a pussy.
know
I'll
what I'm
do
saying?
anal.
I guess
Some
I'll
women
try
love to eat a dick.
He said, I'll try.
I'll try it out.
I'll finagle it.
While she took it off live.
I'll dabble.
I can't eat pussy. So what I'm gonna do?
You gonna eat butt?
Oh hell no!
Yes, you would, nigga.
I'm cool.
You can't eat no
bud.
pussy?
I can't be no booty warrior.
What you mean, bro? Ain't nothing else.
No, what you mean? Ain't what you gonna do?
If that's my wife, I'll eat the booty.
You said wife.
You're
You
eating. Look, y'all
Shit,
both
I'm only
eating
eating my
keister.
wife.
Y'all eating keister for Easter.
Nigga, you eating
He
keister
said,
as of yesterday.
y'all
the most
eating, y'all eating
nigga
keister
up
on
in here.
Easter.
This nigga had a whole bunch of tamales and enchiladas yesterday.
hell no.
She
She got
what you have? Sardines and catfish.
Soft. What you think? Did they
Fast
get,
by
did they
your
get the point or
raincoat.
not?
Oh shit.
What was the answer?
We didn't even give our
God?
side or our opinion yet. Or she said,
The answer was God.
The answer was head.
The answer was head and God.
You gotta love the
Head
Lord
and
and suck a
God.
mean dick. Next. You learn, girl.
Don't hit
You
me.
learn.
I don't.
No disrespect.
All right, so what's
all
your answer?
jokes.
all right,
What's
so
your answer then?
But we're
I'm gonna
serious.
give the point to
Hold on, say your answer before you get the point.
head.
That's it, nigga. What the hell you looking at me?
You talking about
The
my
answer is
Bro,
head.
nigga said a word. That's how you saying. This nigga told me head. Looked at me like it was get out. It was like, there you go.
Hey, I thought you were saying, tell me the answer you're choosing as the
No,
point.
I'm saying,
Who gets the
how
point?
would you answer that question, nigga?
Oh, how would they keep me interested? Okay, so they can keep me interested by bringing, like we've all kind of said, other shit to the table, but tenfold. So come in knowing about some money, teach
why
me
is this
something.
about
If you can kind of teach me something, and I can bounce ideas off you, and I can see you serving another purpose in my life, other than getting some pussy or some shit like that. Like I can plug you in other ways. I think that could interest me.
Isn't that good?
He didn't even say it wholeheartedly. He said that could interest him.
That could possibly.
He look confused.
I still got to run that credit check, but that could do it.
You ain't picking your freshman year courses, nigga.
Hold on. But listen.
This your chick. You figured it like it's an elective.
Listen,
You said keep me interested, not loyal.
before we go, look, I know
There's no pussy. Why are you leaving?
Cause ain't no pussy while I'm
Different
saying.
mouths.
He said it's different
One
rounds
I got
out
a
here.
fat
He
ass,
said nigga
alright?
gonna find the best of something.
Some big
If it ain't
we gonna
pussy, it's
simulate some
love.
pussy.
He said he gonna titty fuck
But-
her every
but
night.
listen.
Why do you invite me here?
Listen.
Like, I just
in
really
this
want to
We
know
should
what
give a
I'm even here
disclaimer.
for.
We forgot because at the end of the day, we love women. We love black women.
Oh, yeah, we gotta get that out.
We
No,
got to.
women are not gonna watch this. Just,
You know what I'm saying? No,
just so
they
y'all
are. They're
know.
gonna watch
No,
the
they're
like
not.
the clickbait,
And
then
they're-
Y'all
but
want
they're not gonna watch the video.
unadulterated opinions.
They're gonna watch it and be like, "Wow, this is the most misogynistic podcast ever."
That's why
I
we
don't
have
wanna
to
watch
start
it.
with the disclaimer. So we love women. I appreciate
We
y'all. I
don't
was
feel-
raised by black women.
No.
I support black women. I've been nurtured by black women.
Don't
I
care.
supported black women, and I love the Lord with black women.
You
But at the
still
end of the
say.
day, if anybody can critique somebody, it can be a black woman. Can we not all agree with that?
They're not
and at
watching.
the end of the day, I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I
Talking
appreciate
to
how
niggas.
strong y'all are.
Talking to niggas like y'all right
But
now.
just know this is an intent to understand.
No, it's not.
You know, I'm really trying to understand, but it's coming from good niggas' point of views. Now we can continue.
It's not.
It is though.
No, it's not.
Genuinely, we're just
we're-
trying to
we're-
understand.
we're
I'm
honest-
telling you our experiences.
We're
what we
honestly
going through.
innocent kids. in
No
this,
one wants
you
to
know what
date
I'm
you.
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go ahead and say, chill. You got the point. You stole the point with that one.
That's all I wanted to say. Boom, boom. You feel me? She throwing cancer. I'm throwing in real shit.
This game not even real anymore.
He said she threw in cancer. He said I am a cancer.
I'm.
Oh
kidding.
my god.
All right, yeah, we gotta look. We gotta tighten up the
These
structure
are
of this,
jokes.
okay, y'all?
Good God, y'all can't.
This needs to be thought provoking and honest.
If it's honest, then yeah, just
No filters.
sex runs the world.
Y'all want us
Bitches
to
are just
be-
here to please you sexually. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know y'all ashamed of
It's
that
fun.
truth, but sex is a big deal to niggas.
Nobody's
Like,
ashamed.
If y'all want to say y'all better than us because it's not as
Nobody's
big of a deal to y'all, that's on y'all. Y'all worry about some other shit
But
that
see, that's
don't
the
really
fuck-
fucking matter
That's
either.
the fucked up part.
See-
Is it is important to us.
What's
That's
what's
you're-
important?
Sex is
You're
important
an,
to y'all.
you're an asshole.
So wait, expand upon that. Sex is
How
important
Sloth
to
is
you.
an asshole? We'll be
No,
real
no,
now.
no, no.
we got that.
We can go all day.
Yeah,
with that.
yeah.
Trust
I
me.
mean, that's stupid.
we
and
wanna-
and fucking misogynistic. Just sitting there thinking, oh, well, we know women are ashamed of the
But
fact
that's
that,
why-
oh, we're all about sex. Like, fuck you. Really.
But
What
no,
are you talking
but
about?
That's
that-
what you just said.
No, what was my
we
quote?
know you're ashamed. You just okay. Well,
No, say
y'all
what
can
my
run it
quote
back
was.
if you
Say
need
what
to
my
if you don't
quote was.
remember. I already said it twice.
But
No,
no,
you
look,
didn't. You
but
keep stopping
expand
and
upon
saying
your
that was what
point.
you said.
You said sex is
We know
important
you're
for y'all.
when you said you know we're ashamed of the fact that you're all about sex. But
Okay,
that's a
so then
fact
why is
that
that a
y'all
fuck
all
me?
need to. That's a fact that y'all all need to accept.
Why is that a fuck me?
She's
That's
saying
it.
she doesn't like
Have
that
you
part
not
of you.
come with that same mentality? Oh, y'all niggas is worried about ass. But now all of
I
a
didn't
sudden
say that.
it's a fuck me because I'm calling that out.
It's fuck you because there's other things in the world. I mean, really, like control yourself. You don't have to be a fucking prisoner to your body.
I think
we all
you've
control
seen R.
ourselves
Kelly.
quite well.
That's a nigga who's not controlling himself.
That's a nigga that's prisoner
I'm
to
can
his
control
motherfucking
myself.
mind.
You know what I'm saying? But we still have to point out what's real and what's not. You know what I'm saying? And the
I
obvious.
can't wait till you get married.
No, because we're done by
I'm
then.
just
I
excited.
can't be this honest. I gotta have to bite my tongue. I can't
maybe
say
I'll
this
just never
shit.
get married.
I'm only saying this shit and doing this shit because I'm young, single, and I can. I got money. I can do what the fuck I want. But once I'm married, it's over.
Okay.
I'm tired.
But why does marriage
I'm
have to be
tired.
Not just
why
married.
is marriage
It's
the
a
end?
You know what I'm
relationship
saying?
too.
I'm tired.
It's
Like,
not
oh,
just
I've been
marriage.
married. Now it's over. My life's over because I'm getting married.
What
Like,
good? Have you seen a lot of good marriages last long?
We as black people have not.
Exactly.
No,
so I'm
because
scared of
it's
shit
because
about
of
that shit.
because of your environment. It's not because of just in general. But yes, of course, black people do struggle in the relationship area. But you can't think higher than what you are.
And I mean, it's not
around.
thinking higher.
It is.
How is that? What's thinking higher?
Look at how. Okay, yes, most of us control ourselves and we understand the reality of things.
Yes.
But look at the people who run wild out there, sexually and relationship, and look at the shit that happens. Those people are people who have grown up and seen that type of shit, and then they think that's just how it goes. They think that's how life is.
And so
if you're exposed to higher thinking, you're able to have more intelligent relationships with people in general, not just women, men.
I understand that.
Well, I'll say this about the question. The reason why I asked the question or I created the question was because I wanted to get us to think about what we do value in women outside of pussy.
Well,
And-
God.
and it was just
Glad
hilarious to
glad
hear
I
that.
understood.
For me personally,
God-fearing.
I love conversation. Like Swaf was saying, I love learning from. I was just telling you this the other day. I was like, I love learning from someone, and being that's because you were describing us as a collective. Like we get bored easily, like as because we like to do so much. We like to talk about a lot of things. We have a lot of interest.
Specifically referring to us three. I didn't say men in general. Just so
No,
we
I'm
can
talking. That's
keep
all. I was talking about the
it-
people in the room.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
people in the room. We get bored easily, so we need to be intrigued. Pussy ain't gonna be the reason why we stay with anybody. You know what I'm saying? Point blank.
We
period.
said that. We said
Yeah.
niggas don't need to
No,
put
you
pussy
didn't.
on a pedestal.
You didn't say
You
that.
shouldn't have to say that.
You
No,
said
I'm saying
God.
that. I'm saying it in our talks.
Your answer was God.
We're getting to that. Oh no, we got God too. You got to be
Okay.
God fearing. When the last time you prayed?
Are you kidding me? I pray every day. I have to, or I'd go
Come on.
insane and kill you.
Come
Talk
on.
about it.
All right, but do you still fuck?
Do you?
Okay. Nah. Yes or no?
Do I
Do
have
you
sex?
still have sex and get
You're
nasty?
asking me if I have sex.
Nigga, am I stuttering? Yes. Exactly.
I'm
So I don't
sober.
want to hear that bullshit. Exactly.
What bullshit?
You talking about your answer is
I'm not saying you don't need to.
the
be-
Lord.
I'm not
all
saying
right.
be
Well, don't you love
perfect.
the Lord? Yes. Do you still
this
fuck?
Is not
Yes.
Even the
So
argument.
you're still
That's
a good
not
person.
We're talking about something
And to
different.
talk about something entirely different too, if you go to each person, you're gonna get a common answer. If you ask them, do you want a healthy sex life? You're gonna get a common answer. So obviously, it's a big enough deal to where we want that box checked. There's a lot of people you could get different answers if you ask similar questions of shit we consider big. Like you could ask a bunch of people, does your woman have to be God-fearing? There's gonna be a handful of people who say, no, that's not important to me.
Exactly.
There's not gonna be many that say, I don't want a healthy sex life. So it's obviously a big deal to folks.
Exactly.
A lot of folks.
Here's where I call bullshit is what if the bitch only has pussy to offer and she wants you to buy her shit, take care of her, everything. Her pussy's wonderful.
I'm
exceptional.
gone. I'm cool.
Yeah,
I go back.
I'm cool.
Well, that knocks
It's
off.
not- it's
I go
not-
back
there.
to I go back to what I said. I was like, we
It
ain't
has a
staying
lot
with
of
nobody.
weight, but
yeah,
my nigga, it's not
I'm not staying.
everything.
I'm not
That's
staying. Yeah,
that
I'm
is
not staying.
that is the
So-
case of it being everything,
So,
and that's
so
how
no,
y'all
no, no,
make
no.
it.
So to clear,
No,
so
we
for
never
the
make
folks,
it like
so
that.
The
And
That
folks
is
that's
how
why
you're
I'm
making
confused.
it.
Y'all don't.
So the folks that don't know, our
I'm letting you know from a
conversation-
woman's point of view, that's what it sounds like.
from
That's
our
what I mean, y'all are
conversations
confused.
We're
behind
not
the
confused.
scenes, before our conversations behind the scenes, we always talked about how we always want more from women in regards, especially in the dating arena specifically. And we always just talked about how women just have the ability to now, not only due to social media, Instagram, they can sexualize themselves, OnlyFans, sell it, and make a monetary gain. And at the end of the day, it comes to the point where more men feel like they put pussy on this pedestal. They'll do anything for pussy. Move mountains for pussy. Hit the usher. You feel me? Moonwalk in the dirt for pussy. And it's ruining the game. It's ruining the game. We're to the point where it's like
Niggas is buying Birkin bags.
Bro.
women sometimes feel like I don't have nothing else of value other than to throw the pussy. I'm not saying women feel like that. I'm
No,
just saying
they do.
Bro.
I'm
A
saying,
lot of women
I'm
do.
saying that is the norm. Due to social media, these girls with they manufactured bodies, whatever the fuck. So all I'm saying is at the end of the day, we specifically, and I use we as in for y'all out there, you good men, the good men out there who's really trying to find somebody, build with somebody, and work with somebody. You go out there and then you bring these vibes and attitudes like, you know, pussy, what can you do for me? I got this. And it's like, well, no, pussy ain't only it. I need more than that.
We just spent the whole top of the podcast talking about pussy, and now it's not everything.
Because we're catering to the question. But at the end of the day, I'm telling you our values and what we do. We gonna get to it.
Let's-
what I'm
Change
just
your answer
saying.
then. Change your answer from just God and head to like, all this other shit.
If
that
pussy
matters.
gone, what's left? conversation.
Collectively,
travel.
we
I
all
said
hit it
cooking.
under. I
gave
said
you
a bitch
so
who
many
can teach me
answers.
something
Hold
about
on,
some
hold on.
money.
I
or
gave you
some
hella
shit.
shit.
Hold on,
Nikki.
one at a time.
I said a bitch who bought putting a car under her name for me. You know, simple shit.
I
What
was gonna say this. I think
Simple shit.
we established that sex is a big part of an intimate relationship.
Facts.
The question is, if that is removed, how strong is that relationship? So it's tied into each other.
But now no one knows what sex is like because there is no pussy. So you're not
No,
missing
you're just
it.
creating a fathom of. Just think about it. We're not getting that deep into it. We're just saying right now, if we woke up tomorrow and all pussy was gone, we knew what pussy was like, and we craved and loved pussy in that situation.
So
Not
you're offing
if
yourself.
we ain't never had
That's the
pussy
answer?
ever, we wouldn't know.
Suicide.
Nah.
Okay.
Who said suicide?
You said what else is
mentioned
there?
that.
Pussy's gone. What else is there? Like
He said the Lord.
fucking world
I
is
said the
over.
Lord, a neck,
Head.
cooking,
We said
traveling.
head.
I said a whole bunch of shit. That's all
That's
you heard,
four-
the Lord?
that's
At least you
five
heard
things.
that shit. I hope.
That's
Yeah.
5 things.
You
I
need
have
the
to keep
little
hearing
thinking
over
like
and
that.
over
Talking about
again.
suicide.
5.
I said be
hold on. I got-
smarter than
Five.
me.
What else? What else? Name something.
Hold on.
Name something. Just name 3. Name 3 right now that I didn't mention. I'll wait.
Let's move on. Let's move
You
on.
don't wanna do this one,
because I have a
guys.
question. I have a
one.
question specific for Mickey. So the first round was a tie.
Hell no.
The second round gonna get a lot harder.
To my calculations, you're right. It was a tie.
It's a tie.
1-1.
Second round coming up.
Hey, ain't no family if the family feuds. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All right. Second question, Mickey, your team, but I'm directing this at you. What is something you will never understand about men?
We've covered quite a few, so
What's like a top 3 or a top number 1?
I don't get why you guys are become emotionally unavailable and stay that way. I don't get that. I think that you can always grow and become a better person, but some niggas are emotionally unavailable for their entire lives, and I don't get that.
Y'all want to answer?
As well.
The other one is
I like
so,
that answer.
So the question for y'all would be like, what is something that you understand about men that women won't understand?
You said that's our question?
Yeah, I mean, because like obviously
I don't-
she's answering from a woman's perspective, so
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna
I don't understand.
They get the guy's perspective. What is something about men that women just don't understand?
I don't understand how. Well, I won't say it. I think men don't understand how or why their women's mind and that rabbit hole their mind can go down can dictate their emotions and their actions so much.
Yeah, I actually wrote that down.
That's
I
acting.
said I would never understand how
what
the
acting
inner
is.
workings of how a woman thinks, and then also how a woman calculates some of their decisions based off emotion. I would never understand that.
What is
I
something
just
that
don't
what
think-
is something that she won't understand about you?
But she doesn't understand about me. She said, I think Mickey definitely hit a nail on the head in regards to the emotional availability. You know, I think it takes a special woman to definitely tap into that. Kind of going back to that intimate question where it takes that level of intimacy, not requiring sex, to actually tap into. So I think the emotional availability, and then I think how our minds work logistically compared to how I feel like a lot of women's minds are emotionally ran. You know, not all. I'm just saying a lot. I really genuinely believe that. But I think that's just the mechanics of who we are and what we're made. Like that's what it is. You know.
What you think? What you got to say, though?
The question is, what is something that women would never understand about men?
No, reverse that for you.
Yeah, no, that's the question.
Oh, I thought it was.
Nah, we gonna reverse it the next. Damn, nigga, you ahead of the damn game,
Well,
bro.
that's the one I answered. Shit, you asked me to
I
reverse.
told you. I kept saying the question over again. Y'all niggas ain't listening. Damn, shit.
I heard you.
Yeah.
To be honest, the fact that if women allowed their men to fuck other women,
I knew he was gonna say this.
no,
I knew
and
it was
that's
gonna be about monogamy. I knew it.
Go ahead,
I
bro.
should have said it.
Go ahead, bro.
I feel like relationships will last a lot longer. And if you're opposed to your man fucking women without, you know what I'm saying, like without you, then you should do it with him. And I feel like if every woman understood that, they will always have a happy relationship. You know what I'm
now,
saying?
for the woman who's looking at this, do you agree if it was vice versa?
No.
If they feel like they should
No,
give it another
I'll
man,
tell
do
you
a
why.
devil's
No,
threesome.
hell no. Because
For those who don't know, that's two niggas.
And
No,
that,
no,
my friends,
no,
is
no.
misogyny. The
No,
word of
it's
the
not.
day.
Threesome.
the thing is, because
No, it's not.
Yes, it
Nigga,
is.
Double standards.
women have innies.
This nigga did the Mockingbird. He's nigga did the Mockingbird.
That's what they say
nigga.
at Devil's Three-Way. You see there's two guys. And
Look, women have innies and we have Audis.
You said what?
You said
Women have innies and we have Audis, bro. You feel me?
So
It's scientifically proven, bro. It's more women than men. You know what I'm saying? So think about it. A woman can only get pregnant once, bro. You feel what I'm saying? And run like a
At a
9-month term. You dig what I'm
Right.
saying? At a 9-month time. I could go get 1,000 bitches pregnant in a year if I wanted to. You feel what I'm saying?
Those
Why
are
is
about
that?
spreading his
And why is that?
wonderful
Because
seed.
scientifically,
That's nature.
I'm meant.
Wonderful seed.
Isn't that
We need
nature?
more of that shit on this world,
And
right?
science, because I only have one child.
Fucking
Scientifically, that means that I'm supposed to go reproduce with multiple women. You feel me? Women are only supposed to mate with one partner at a time, for real. You know what I'm saying? And plus, they shit change shapes and forms and all that.
I'm gonna
shit.
bag you just to cheat on you.
it's as far as for historically and the mechanics of
Like,
man.
that's
I
the
mean,
type of
that
nigga you
is
just dog
true.
out.
You know what I'm saying? But in regards to the new day and age, in regards to how a woman think these days, bro, I don't think that's going.
It is just very possible, bro.
I'm not saying.
Yeah,
bro,
you can
possible.
definitely find
Nah,
bitches like
you
that,
can.
but
Very
they are
possible.
not substantial. Sorry,
That's not true.
They don't
Shout
have
out to
a.
the,
They
you
don't
know how
have
many
moral
open-minded-
foundation.
You know
So
how
you're
many
saying-
power?
So
Hold
you're
on.
saying the
What?
open-minded women.
Because
Hold on.
moral
Damn.
foundations
Doesn't
are
have
based on
You know how many
moral,
powerful men's
moral
women?
foundations are. That means her morals aren't as like she wasn't. I'm not saying the other people are better than them, but morally and that type of shit is just not important to them. So you would then be building a relationship that's not on morals, which is fine, and that is for some people. But yeah, I mean,
You're
obviously
not
morals
making
are
it
important.
sound
to
like
them.
they're
It's
better
not
than
in a
them.
Hold on, hold on.
Their set of
Hillary
morals.
Clinton turned the other
I didn't
eye.
say that. I just said I don't
You
think
said
that,
what?
that
Beyonce
they're
turned the
either
other
side's
eye.
better.
Come on,
These
They're
are
not in an open
substantial
relationship,
women.
though.
substantial
What
women.
you mean? These are marriages. Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce when they
Beyonce?
was
That's cheating.
married.
That's not open relationship.
Jay-Z did cheat
I
on
mean, she
Beyonce.
turned the other eye. I said
How is that
allow
an
their
open
men to.
relationship?
I know that hurt a lot. of
I'll
women,
say
bro. It
this.
was like,
I'll-
damn, if this,
She forgave him. How's that allowing him to cheat?
That's not. Yeah, that's not
What can I
allowed.
do?
She turned
You're
out.
just talking
Come on,
now.
bro. You think she don't?
What up, Tyler?
Alright,
I'm in the
bro.
studio.
I'll say this though, when it comes
Wow.
to the question, I think one thing that I feel women won't understand about men is that if we're gonna have honesty in the relationship, it got to be both ways. Meaning that some real nigga talk has to be given and received.
Be a swinger.
Like sometimes I feel like women love to be able to critique their man, but I don't think that criticism is
They don't take it well.
welcomed back.
You know, there's sex parties here. Like, you could go to those. You can, like, go and meet someone who, like, wants to fuck a whole bunch of other people with you. Like, there's orgies. Like, you could go do that.
I mean,
It's a
we
one-man
knew
game.
that.
It's a
Okay,
one-man
that's what he
game.
needs to go do. Like, that's
We're
not
not
what this
talking about
conversation's
that, though.
is it?
This
We're not talking about that.
That was his answer. I was giving mine when you rudely interrupted, but go ahead.
That was
You
me.
just looked at me. You looked at me like you was listening, and you went right back to the shit. So
Right,
I'm like,
she
all right.
did, bro. This
I'm
shit was
irritating.
I'm like, okay, I guess that's why I'm the host. Shit, fuck it.
Irritating.
But no, Nick. I
Like,
mean, you
this
make
is
a
this
you
is-
make a
it's
great point.
different. Like, that's a whole different.
That's his answer.
That's his
Let
answer,
him be
but
honest.
that's his.
You got your
God
answer.
damn.
We don't say shit about
like
your
I
answer.
said something wrong.
But nevertheless, Nick makes a phenomenal point. You know, y'all have the ability to critique your man, break him down, do whatever the fuck y'all want, but then y'all don't welcome in critique or
No
constructive
critique, yeah.
criticism. And then not only that, like we're
Well,
saying
I was
like
and
that's
I
not
said,
right.
I said that because the reason why, to elaborate, to answer the question even further, is that the reason why I say honesty is because the reason why I feel like sometimes men hold back is because they're scared to be that honest and that critical, because and it's also they're not hurt, but like they're upset by the criticism they receive as well. It's like, how can you be saying this shit about me, but I can't say this shit about you? Like, you can come at me a certain type of way. And this is not all women. I'm just saying there's there's some women that have this where it's just like,
A lot of y'all can't
like
take
it's a
that.
frustrating thing. Like, damn, like
I understand.
I want us to both be able to lift each other up if need be. I don't want it to be one
You
side.
date someone on your level mentally.
Well,
You make it
sometimes-
seem like that's easy as hell.
yeah, it ain't that easy.
not.
Like a motherfucker just find somebody on my level. Like that takes time.
When you do, then
Especially
it'll be
when
real.
a lot of
That's the
people,
thing.
both sides,
So
put up,
just don't make it
put up
sound
fronts.
easy. That's all I'm saying. Don't make it sound
It's
like
easy to
find
be
a
on
nigga
your
didn't
level
say it
of
was easy, I
thinking
just said
for a
that's what you need
dinner
to do.
or chill for a week or for a little month span while y'all talking. It's easy to match somebody else's level, but when you in this shit day in and day out, that's harder to fake. That's when you find out who somebody really is,
Exactly.
when you start interacting with them more and consistently, rather than the talk, that talking phase where y'all on and off,
Trying to be the best.
Y'all haven't even set no real boundaries. There's no real laws to the shit. It's just kind of like
It's free.
It's a free period. It's easy to macho mentality and shit like that and say the right things and sound good. When it really gets to shaking, is that person who they were portraying this whole time? That's a lot of the cases, and it doesn't even have to be on a sake where that person's lying or front, and it could be like they're trying to be that other person, like they're trying to be on your level, and it's just not sustainable to them because that's not who they are.
Exactly.
And that's not who they're gonna be.
Well said.
So as far as who got that point, I damn it don't even want to give it to me because she cut me off. But she did bring up a good point about niggas not really being emotionally available. So you get half a point.
Half a point.
All right, Swab, it's all you.
Okay. Being on that point that we were just talking about. Sorry if I if I skip ahead a little bit.
You could bounce around in this. I don't give a fuck.
Talking about honesty. Do y'all think y'all can completely be honest with y'all partner and it last?
What is completely honest? 100%?
Completely honest is
Not lying about
is it
your body
100%?
count.
full disclosure.
Full disclosure. All thoughts, feelings.
It's easy to be honest, like if your nigga asks you a question and you know what I'm saying, he looking for an answer, so you give it to him. What about when he don't ask and you feel like sharing your thoughts? Or what if a nosy nigga just has to ask the question that he knows is gonna hurt him, but expecting you to give him still expecting you to give him an answer? Like, are you gonna be honest, fully honest in those moments? Is that healthy? What if you were fucking your girl, she looked you in your eye and she was like, is this the best pussy you ever had? Be completely honest.
I've lied.
Nah.
I've lied.
It's not, but it's straight.
I told her, bitch, she top 3.
Nah, but it's good.
You number 3.
But I'm in it, so fuck it. I mean, we here.
You said you need a moment.
Mickey, is that healthy?
Yeah, because if a bitch is like, my body count is 105, y'all gonna wig out. So we definitely lie about that.
Wait, said it again?
Y'all lie about your body count. That's some of the simplest things to be honest about, though.
I just don't care to know. Like, I'm not going to ask that.
Yeah, you shouldn't ask. But
I don't
niggas-
wanna know that
I'm
shit.
saying
That's full
niggas
disclosure,
do
though.
ask. I'm just
She'd
saying.
be like, full disclosure, I've done this good 500 times.
I'm saying niggas do
I
ask.
think honesty cannot
niggas.
it cannot sustain a relationship.
Immature
bro.
niggas. But no, I agree.
It cannot because no one likes
Complete
to.
honesty.
No one likes to
Now,
hear that
that's
shit.
not to
We're
say
all
if you
ass
cheat
backwards.
or something, then you shouldn't tell. Like that kind of shit, you gotta tell. Some
Well, I'm
stuff.
just saying, like, honest, even if it's a
But
faithful
even-
relationship, like, no one wants to hear your
Everything,
honest
yeah.
opinion about everything.
I agree with that.
No one wants to. No one wants you to. No one wants to see your 100% self.
lies to keep a relationship
Yes.
healthy.
Not heavy lies.
No,
like,
not
oh,
lies.
They don't
I'm
heavy,
keeping it-
small,
What do you mean
light,
heavy, like,
itty bitty.
Like I have a whole other
lies.
family on the cross the
You
East
can
Coast.
you can die by 1,000 cuts. You know you can.
Yeah,
man.
that's what I'm saying. A
I'm
little bitty
saying
bitty.
heavy lies.
It's not
should be
lie.
disclosed.
You should know the difference between lying and just knowing when
And
to
omitting?
not say the wrong shit.
Is omitting
You know what I'm
lying.
saying?
The traditional, do
No,
I look fat
omitting's
in
not
this?
lying.
And
They'd be
you're
like,
trying
where
to
was you
say
at
that
last
I'm-
night?
I told a girl, like,
Was-
when they at.
You be like, I was out
Nick,
kicking it.
God damn it.
You don't tell her you was out kicking it with a bitch.
Or you don't tell her you was kicking it with dough.
Exactly.
My
What
thing
the
was like
fuck?
I told a girl, like, when she was like, what do I look like in this? And I was honest with her. Because I was like, all right, this is a moment that I'm
No,
gonna
it's
break
never
the
a
mold.
moment.
Out.
I'm gonna break the mold.
It's
I'm gonna see
never a
how this shit
moment.
work.
Oh my God.
It doesn't work, does it?
Pissed off.
That's something. Yeah.
Oh my
That's
God.
something
What you
you
say,
never
bro?
do.
What you say?
No, I just said I didn't
We
even.
want
I
you
said
to
it.
lie
Say,
to
bro.
us.
Be real, bro.
I was just like,
We want you to lie
nah,
to us.
Well,
not
don't
real. Like,
ask
it
us
ain't-
to tell
nah, it
the truth
ain't-
and
it
then
ain't.
ask us to lie in between the lines.
don't ask me how you look
should
and get
know
mad
that.
about what I tell you.
My thing
You
is,
should
We
know
should
that.
know that.
that's dating
Now she
etiquette,
telling
but
us,
it's
look,
lies.
we should know.
I'm saying this.
You knew that. If your girl asked you, what do I look like in this? And you're like, you look fat. Yes, you know that not to say that.
Okay, I shouldn't be expected to know
I've
that.
said
though.
that, but I've
You
I've
should.
said it because what if you do look like you put on some weight?
There's other sensitive ways. She just stared at the nigga. I was one of the.
I don't know.
It's
Hey,
not
I
a
don't know
skip,
if that
people.
fit worked for you no more.
Look,
That might have worked for you like a little couple months ago, but now
look. I wrote this.
I don't know, baby.
I'm only saying that
He said,
because
"Oh,
I
no."
want I
Give it
want,
a try. Tell me how it go.
I would want my woman to be the same way with me. If I'm overweight or whatever, I'm
Then
like,
you need to meet someone blunt. Then yeah, to match your
I'm saying
energy.
this is what I wrote earlier. I said complete honesty is toxic for a relationship, and
Or
it's like
not sensitive.
and it's like oil. You know what I'm saying? You need oil to have the car run, right? But if you put in the wrong type of oil, you feel me, the car can break down. Same thing with honesty. You need honesty to depend on the relationship for it to work. But the wrong type of honesty, you know what I'm saying, can fuck things up. If I'm not completely honest with you all the time, you don't want to hear that shit.
Women tend to overreact for small things. Like, you have no intent behind it. You just do some dumb nigga shit. And I'm not saying fucking. That's not dumb nigga shit. That's
intent. That's malicious.
You keep
That's
going to the
malicious.
extreme. Just talk about. I'm just talking about.
I'm telling
On
you.
the
I'm
day-to-day.
saying in a faithful relationship, and like, say, like, you're with your boys and like your boys invited bitches over, but you was minding your business, you know, y'all was just having conversations like how we kick it. Like, but then you come home, your girl's like, oh, so who was all there? Like, I wouldn't mention the bitch that she knows that's, you know, kind of loose, or I wouldn't mention like the women, because that's a argument
Exactly.
that's gonna happen,
Waiting to happen.
and you don't even need it. It's like, I didn't even do anything wrong. I really kept to myself. I didn't flirt.
Oh my
I
God.
didn't receive the flirting.
Well
Like,
said.
Guess what?
That's something you should just be like, we was just chilling, you know. We was
I
just
want to
chilling.
circle back to a question you asked, and that answers it. A lot of times we're emotionally unavailable, and I put that in quotations. It's just really, y'all don't know how to tap into our emotions like that. But we're emotionally unavailable because we value our peace. And when we try to open ourselves up to you, we lose that peace because it starts either an argument or it starts a back and
Not
forth.
always.
We're not talking about always. I can't speak on absolutes on none of this. Let's get that out the window.
There's no absolutes
I'm
in this.
never talking about always.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We're not talking about all women. We're not talking about all men. We're not talking about always.
We're
It's
never blanket statement
I'm listening.
stating. But go ahead.
Yeah, so that's the one thing we value is our peace. I don't want to have to be getting loud because, shoot, a lot of niggas just tend to get loud when they feel like their point's not being proven or they're not being heard. Even if they deny it. A lot of times we'll go back and forth, want to get the last word because we don't feel like you get it if you keep saying shit after I said something. All that is not, you want to paint it as being emotionally unavailable, but it's really just us trying to hold on to that
that's not what
peace.
I meant by emotionally unavailable.
And us, the best way to hold on to that peace is not even discussing it.
You were
That's
talking.
not what I
not
meant
even
by
getting
emotionally
into it.
unavailable.
Was what you
That's
were
a
talking
great
about,
piece.
Mickey, when it is as far as like niggas just don't know how to express if they're hurt or if
Communication,
there's
yeah, like
all
we
that
need
other
to
shit.
talk, especially like, I mean, it's not off topic, but like niggas talk about they struggle with depression and stuff like that, and people need to vent. Like, it's not healthy to just be so closed in into yourself, and that's not healthy.
When as a woman would you not judge a nigga for all that baggage and take that in and
If
actually
I'm
try
just
to build?
as fucked up,
I'm saying when, at what point in a relationship and dating? Like, at what point, if I just met you on the street, we started dating, like, what point am I going to be able to start having those intimate talks with you?
I don't
in
know.
your
I
mind?
let niggas know early I got anxiety and shit like that.
That's good though.
Because
gotta
now
get
you
out.
know
Yeah.
how my thought processes are. Like, I overthink. This is how I am. So if it's too much for you, then I don't even want to, like, because I
Waste your
talk.
time.
I'm an extroverted feeler, so I need to talk things out. So if I can't do that with you, then
What's the point?
right.
For sure.
So
For sure.
I'm pretty upfront because mine affects me, my day to day.
That's
I have
good.
to be. But niggas have the same amount of problems like that affect their day to day and won't disclose it. So when it comes up later, then it's like, I don't know what to do with this. I didn't even know this was.
That is another great point. That's why men like you or women need to understand stuff like that.
But
And maybe they can help you.
I can't judge you if I have issues too. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said find someone just as fucked up.
It
as you.
sound good, but women do judge.
They do, but
Y'all
if
judge.
she just as
No,
fucked
you know what I'm
up, I
saying?
mean, she wants someone to understand her. Like,
Even
you
if
gonna
y'all
want
ju-
someone to understand her.
Even if y'all just as fucked up, y'all still judge.
Like, judge what?
Like, if you're dating a nigga,
So-
you would judge him based off his baggage, or if he tries to be intimate with you in regards to some aspect, like
How is
whether
that
it's good or
expressed? What
whether
do we
it's
do?
good or bad.
What do we do
You
then?
judge.
What? How, verbally?
You can act, yes, verbally. You can act a certain different way. You can, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? There's no absolutes to this. At the end of the day, it's all scenario.
Okay.
Y'all judge. You feel me? It's a part of y'all DNA.
I mean, I'm just trying to think of what. You need to give me something more specific. Like, everyone judges.
True. So to generalize, women judge men for when they don't communicate in the way y'all prefer to be communicated with.
But
So which is up front, let's sit down and talk about it. Like, that's not always how men communicate best. So if you're going to really be with a nigga,
And understand a nigga.
you're going to need to at least give some effort to play in his arena as well. Which may
Personally-
not be sitting down, let's talk it out, just flat out, point blank. Maybe it might be some other ways. Maybe shit, who knows? There's plenty of different ways. Because when I get to talking like that, I get to going back and forth. I get to arguing because that's not the best way for me to communicate shit.
But you have to find someone who is like cares enough about you to learn how you communicate so it works, and vice versa. Because if that's not how you communicate, can you take a second and be like, listen, this is not. That's why I say emotionally unavailable, because y'all will not speak up. So if I really am you do meet a woman who really is trying to learn you and get to know you. Like you say, oh, but women do that. Okay, you meet the exception, the woman who is really trying to learn you, make this work.
Okay.
You still have a problem with opening up, and then the shit ends because
that's not necessarily true. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, none of it's necessarily
That's
true.
like a.
I'm just saying
because if it's a woman who is investing, like, you know, really trying to really understand me or whatever, I would appreciate that.
Understand that there's still men who will not. They have trust issues. We all do.
That's not how you're going to get in touch with him then. That's like somebody coming up to you trying to speak German and have a full-blown conversation. You're not introverted.
Other than asking? What else am I supposed to do? Sign language? Write you a fucking snail mail letter?
I mean,
like,
if you care about the nigga, get creative. So you think the only one way is to just flat out, point blank, speak it?
Ask?
You gotta find a different way. Yes.
What you mean? Find a different way to
It's like, can
communicate.
niggas just come and ask you for some head or ask you for some pussy and it just goes smooth? No, we gotta figure out a different way to get around there and get to that same goal.
That was his best analogy that I
that's a fact.
hands down. That was the best thing. Because I always told y'all, like, there's no easy way to say, can you suck my dick?
I've tried to get creative. And you gotta stay creative.
No, I'm saying, like,
to communicate.
There's no
I'm
nice
sorry,
way.
my mind's blown.
There's no nice way to say, can you suck my dick?
Yes, but if you communicate and tell me about
Most
it.
of
There's
that
a non-verbal way of asking to get your dick
it's
sucked.
more non-verbal. 90% of communication or more is non-verbal.
I've told him that. You know what I'm
It's not
saying?
really
So
saying.
how non-verbally can I get you to open up to me? Sit on your lap and stroke your dick? Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Try it.
Shit, you get niggas
Shit,
saying
why
something.
not? Why you
Niggas tell you a lot of shit while you stroking.
I've never had a serious conversation with a girl stroking my dick. I'll say that.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm saying, like, I don't know how that would feel.
Right.
Confused. I could be honestly confused. I'd be like, shit, what's up? All right.
He said my mama was on my nerves. Man. You know what I'm saying? Damn. You know a nigga just trying to get his dick stroked. Damn.
I want to have a relationship. I never had a relationship with my father.
Oh my
He
god.
said, hey, he looked her in her eye. You're doing more for me than my father ever did. And for that, I love you.
You fuck around saying I love you.
Hey, I'm trying to tell you, you gotta get creative now.
No one's ever asked me this.
You know what I'm
No
saying?
one's
You
ever
gotta
asked
get
me
creative.
that.
I ain't been touched like this
Like
since my
this.
coach. 12th grade.
Bro, real
You start
talk,
saying
bro.
some real nigga shit. You were like, okay.
Okay, so that's what we mean by get creative and try to play in our arena a little bit. That's a light ass example.
Exactly. We're somewhat joking, but at the end of the day, the whole point is to get creative. Try to really understand your man, and once we see that effort, he will then be
Can't
more
do that
inclined
without
to
words.
share.
Eventually, you have to talk.
No,
I'm not
eventually
saying
you
you
will, yeah.
can't do it without words, but I'm saying doing more nonverbal shit plus the words can probably.
Certain things
It's a balance.
You can't non-verbally ask a person how they communicate.
It's a balance.
can't.
No. I didn't ask for all.
You ever see it? You watch
You are
movies.
just pessimistic.
No,
Can't
no,
this.
I'm saying,
I
like,
can't do that.
you've watched movies. And
I
you've seen
understand what
the
you're
hell?
saying.
Can you do
I'm
then?
just saying I can't non-verbally ask you to tell me your love language. That's
No.
why bitches ask
No,
shit like
no,
that.
you
gotta
just
grow.
tell them
Yeah,
you
you
gotta
can,
Google and
because you
take the
try
love
things
language
out,
test.
and when the nigga opens up, oh, that's his shit.
No, everyone's gonna respond to everything.
You don't pay attention to your nigga?
If someone gives you a gift, what do you do? A
take the
thoughtful
gift.
gift.
Give them attention? I don't know.
You give him
I
a
mean,
hug?
you say thank you.
You say thanks, and if you don't really give a fuck about gifts, you're not gonna use it.
Yes, but it's hard to.
That's a clear sign. Okay, they're not that
Someone's
big on gifts.
receiving the gift and saying thank you. Okay, all right, got it. Let's not use that one. Let's use the love.
The next love
of-
language. Let's talk about
Word-
acts of service.
Okay.
Right.
Let's
So
say
I'm
I
doing
go
shit
get
for
your
you.
car
I'm cooking
cleaned and
for
I pay
you.
for
Hold
your
on, one
oil
at a time.
Making your
One at a time.
lunch. I'm doing womanly duties for you daily. Okay, you appreciate that. How do I know? You don't express because that's not the way you communicate, right?
That's not.
So
That's
how
not
do
true.
I know?
That's
That's
different
not
what you
true.
were saying.
Niggas do express.
You were saying
things.
you were talking about men opening up from what they're
I
dealing
need
with.
you to communicate. That's
Yeah,
what
you're
I was
talking
asking.
about. But if you're talking about like you make me a plate, of course, like he can say.
I'm
a
gonna
thank
say
you.
but these
thank
are
you.
nonverbals. I'm trying to say, and me
You were
just
talking
doing
about him
stuff-
opening up.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this.
That's
Talking,
not open. That
communicating.
has nothing
You
to do with
making a
him.
meal.
That's
for
about
me
you.
And doing an act of service does not.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's about you.
That's
That's
about
about
you.
you
My
being
shit-
recognized for the work you're doing for me.
Right, and
No,
if
that's
my
not-
sign is of my love language is acts of service, not only will I be appreciative of that and you'll see it, but I'll return that favor. Maybe the next week or the next day,
You're not
I'll be
understanding what
cooking
I'm
for
saying.
you.
I get what you're
You're
saying.
saying
It's both
non-verbally.
ways. It's not only how we receive, it's how we communicate. That's how you can tell a nigga's love language. How is he showing his affection towards you? That's how he's more than likely going to
Yes,
want
and
to have
I'm
affection shown
saying,
towards him.
Y'all are saying I can't just ask. Okay, cool.
No,
then
you
what
can't.
else am I supposed to do? That's what my
we're
question is.
we're giving you examples, and it's not to say that you can't ask. It's just how y'all ask or the way you go about it. Obviously, if the nigga's not receptive to it as far as for you sitting down being blunt, want to talk stuff out, then that's when you need to get strategic and find some different ways to adjust.
Another thing to add on top of that, we can move on, is like if a nigga's just walking into the door from whatever the fuck, that's the wrong time to really jump and try to have a conversation about some serious shit. Just like he was saying, like there's a way you can go about it. There's a time and situation where you were like, all right, this is the right time or this is the wrong time because he's just got off work.
You know
let
how
him
your mama
relax a
get
little.
home for work and you know what I'm saying? She come on, you
No, I
start
get that.
you
I
want to ask her
understand.
questions. You be like, man, hold on.
You gotta
Let me
read
just
the
take my
room.
clothes
Yeah,
off
yeah.
and do what I need
That's
to
all
do.
it is.
I get that.
Just reading the room.
It's a time read the room.
So Swab, who got that point? Was it the
I don't
field or was
remember
it
that.
the team?
I think I did. I got that point.
Man, hell no, we got that point. Fuck.
You don't want to ask the question, nigga.
Exactly. How the hell you got the
What was
point?
question?
He said he skipped around and went to honesty. He don't even remember what the fuck
Oh
he
yeah, the
talking
honesty
about.
question. Everybody said the same answer, but hold on, let me think. Is the honesty?
Was the field was our answers better than theirs, or was their answers better than ours? That's what it is.
What was your answer?
I said honesty.
You said no.
Oh, yeah,
we
yeah,
both
yeah.
said no.
Yeah, I said honesty is toxic for
But we both
complete
said that.
honesty is toxic for a full
But
relationship.
I said you should disclose heavy things.
And it's the type of I did the oil comparison.
Oh yeah, the oil comparison. Yeah, the field got that point.
Oh yeah, the very insightful oil.
Okay. Okay. I remember that.
Only because I thought of a joke after that and I didn't get to say it. So
You a bitch ass.
I don't know you won.
All right, I'm gonna go ask you, Nikki. I'm gonna ask you the questions I got for the female.
We're gonna try to stop attacking you. So I feel like we've been ganging up on Mickey.
She used to it.
I'm back to
Yeah.
speaking for women as well
What is it?
because I was raised in a house of women. I've gotten some insider info.
Right.
All right, question I got for you,
Did it
Mickey,
again.
is: do women's or can women lead in a relationship, heterosexual relationship?
They try to.
Do or can like it?
And
Do you
type,
think- do you
type
think-
B males allow them.
Do
to.
you think that's a successful? For
Yeah,
you,
those
for
are
you-
usually ones that stay married
you
a long
specifically-
time. Not saying they're happy,
For
but
you
I, think
specifically, would that be? Could you lead in a relationship?
I don't want to lead
Why not?
because I lead my own life. I've been single a long time, and I'm tired. Like I don't know how else to say it.
What is tiring about leading?
I mean,
If you
it's
already
just-
lead your own life.
If you're used to making all your own decisions, it's nice to have someone else to. It's just nice to let a man lead sometimes. It is.
Sometimes, so he's not making all the.
Oh no, absolutely not.
So
that's not
then that's yeah. I'll say so.
That's
Then
not
what is,
leading.
what is,
Okay, let's go with mutual then.
So
Let
no
me
one's
put it in
leading.
a way that-
It's
I
just
want it
back
to
and
be.
forth.
I want it to be mutual. What do you mean by leading? Making.
I'm
big
asking
decisions?
you the question, nigga. What do
I'ma
you
put
mean
it
by
in a
leading?
way that
How-
His
we
last
understand.
word is withstands.
Hmm?
Leading is his last word is withstands.
So
Like,
you're deferring to your man.
For like big decisions, no. Then no.
So then what's leading to you when you say
I
I,
think
want
we
a man
should
to lead?
agree and compromise. I don't know what you want to call that. I think
Who
compromise.
makes
is
the
important.
decision? There's only two motherfuckers, so they got to be the third. It
Well,
ain't
I don't want to
Jesus.
make all the decisions, and I don't want him to make all the decisions. I don't know what to tell you.
So I'm saying, how do you defer? Who wins in those? If
no,
you
that's
if you're
God. What
I
do
think
you mean?
I think there's
Ask
no
my mom.
Yeah, there's no way to because in my answer I was saying
hold on,
lead-
nigga. Before you go, Swap gotta go, nigga. This is they question.
Well, I'm just saying. Oh yeah.
he got his phone.
Yeah, he be
Look,
ready, man. He got scriptures and shit.
For this question,
he said
It's all about
chapter 8K
perception.
verse 47.
it's all about It's all about perception, and it doesn't matter the outside perception. It's a matters what's on the in the household is perception. Women want their man to make them feel like they could lead as if they're in a partnership, but then they want their man to lead though. So it's like I want to be able to feel like I could step in and make decisions, but I just don't have to because my man handles it.
But everyone doesn't have good
Is that
judgment
would you
on
agree?
everything.
Would you agree with what he said to a certain extent?
Everyone doesn't have good judgment on everything. So I think if he realizes I make better decisions in certain things and I realize he makes better decisions in certain things, I think then we should defer to each other in those situations.
Okay. So no one leads.
The man leads.
The man leads.
The man leads, and the women want the man to lead. Like
I
they
said,
want to
like,
be a part of.
I like
they
the
want to be a
idea
part of
that,
decisions,
but
like she just said.
I don't
Like
think compromise is important.
if I'm let's say I know my woman does something better than me, or she's better for this to kind of lead this on, but I kind of have a pride with me, and it's like no, I'm gonna take this despite that. Women won't mind that.
I'm an accountant, and when you make
Now-
a financial decision, he knows that that's my profession. He lets me make money decisions because I have better judgment in that area because I have the business knowledge of it.
What if it's a decision like, I want to get a bigger house, and that's the decision you're pushing, but he's like, I like the house we got.
Then that's compromise.
What's the compromise?
I don't know, but y'all need to figure that shit out.
There is no compromise in that scenario.
Well, you getting a bigger house?
No, I'm saying whatever decision gets made, that's not a compromise. It's just one person had to take that L. One person had to give in.
I need. You need to do research and give me the okay.
Yeah,
This
a
makes
compromise is when y'all
sense.
equally give up something to reach an agreement between the two. Not when the man gives up what he wanted to do, which is move in a bigger house, and they stay in a smaller house.
I just want to say, if you think about it, like in the 40s, 50s, and the 60s, their marriages lasted way longer, and the man lived.
That's because the women
Regardless.
felt trapped and like they were only there to service men.
Yeah, they
But,
didn't
okay.
feel like they were liberated.
We weren't
I mean,
allowed to
And now
have
they're liberated.
careers.
Now they're free.
But I mean-
and they
then
don't
a
know
lot
what
of-
the hell.
And
they
then
really
a lot of
want.
those
We're really the
motherfuckers
first
was
Hold
generation
on, one
of
at a
that.
time.
a
one
lot
at
of
a
them
time.
I mean-
motherfuckers was
Makes
dead
sense.
at war too. You
Yeah,
know what
we
I'm
don't
saying?
know
Then
what's
niggas go off to
I
war.
mean,
They
but-
have to be the women who work the job and feed the kids while they going off to war.
But
Those-
the
go back in
relationships was
time, my
longer
nigga.
back then.
Just
Huh?
go.
The relationships were longer back then.
They
I
were.
mean,
That's
they were
why
longer,
in
that don't mean
other-
they were happy.
In
They
other
also had-
demographics, other religions, other places, their marriages last longer.
Well, they was
than the
probably
American
fucking
marriage.
3, 4, 5 bitches. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? I
and-
had 3,
no
5 wives.
IG, no IG
You know
in that
what I'm
motherfucker.
There was also divorce. Like
had
divorce
other-
wasn't like.
It wasn't a thing.
Yeah,
It wasn't a
that's-
thing.
Like, do you know that, right?
Exactly.
Well, you know what?
Okay.
That's
Historically,
Yeah.
it doesn't
That-
align up. It's
yeah,
a
you
reason
can't even
why.
compare that.
Once again, it could be longer, but that don't mean they were
So
happy.
let me open the question up to y'all in the
Well,
field.
it wasn't
like,
about happiness.
so Doe, we
He doesn't give a
No,
fuck
we-
if women
we
are
just-
happy.
It wasn't about
We
Just
got
so
your
y'all
ass
know,
got.
we're just
Bro,
here.
chill.
with
marriages
pussies.
and relationships are business partnerships, bro. Y'all come together, okay? If y'all love each other, cool. But at the end of the day, your main job is to have children, provide for them, put them in a better spot than you was when you was young. Y'all don't have to love each other. Y'all don't have to like each other. But you know what I'm saying? You can have a partnership. That's a fact, bro.
All
I
right,
disagree
chill.
with the love. And
That's a
like
fact.
chill. Can a woman
That's a
lead?
fact, bro.
Can a woman lead in
He
a
makes so
relationship?
much sense when he talks. Like, oh
Can
my
a woman
God.
lead in a relationship?
That's a fact.
Can I want? So listen, I believe lead is a strong word. I kind of agree with Mickey on this. I believe it's hard to compromise with an equal partner in most decisions in general. It's just hard to compromise with somebody. But those decisions do need to be made. And kind of like what she said, I do believe leading. I did quotation marks. Is situational, especially these days because of women and their empowerment. Like she said,
Education.
If she's better in finance or whatever, it doesn't mean that she can't take my opinion. It doesn't mean that I can't make input into decisions. It's just that she's just a little bit more knowledgeable in that. So I'm gonna work with that, and not to say that I can't learn that shit as well. If I'm better in renovating homes and I get a crib and I'm like, all right, well, we need to do this and this and this, and she's not that focused like that well with it, but that doesn't mean I can't take her opinion.
Yeah,
and
we just
idea.
letting you do that.
Opinion.
Honestly.
Yeah,
You know what
you
I'm
can take
saying?
We're just like, go
opinion.
ahead.
It's compromising. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
compromise.
So
I
I
ain't
don't
saying
think
nothing was wrong with taking opinions.
I think I think lead is a very strong word. I feel like it's like Doe kind of did
So then why do you?
display. It's a mutual partnership.
It's not. It's not.
It's a mutual
There's a
partnership.
reason they say who
It's
wears
not
the
to-
pants.
it's
'cause
not
it's
to-
not. It
it's
can't
not
be
about-
both.
Right, but that's
It's
an
not
old
pants.
saying, bro.
Yeah.
I'm saying this. At the end of the day, I'm not saying women don't want their man to lead. I'm not saying that's not the most of the case, or I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is that at the end of the day, like you did kind of allude to, women do want to feel like they are making a part of a decision, especially if it's a major one in their lives, bro. Or if they have money behind it, which is respectable. That's what you would do with your partner. If it was a business partner, you would listen and negotiate, talk about it, and if it makes sense, why not do it? The whole goal is for the family to build and be better.
I got it.
So if it goes against that, then why do it?
Okay, so it's like the Clippers. You know what I'm saying?
The basketball
Paul
team.
George out here, he can ball out as much as he wants to. It's Kawhi's team. Kawhi runs the team. It doesn't matter what Kawhi's output honestly is. It's Kawhi's team.
It kind of doesn't matter what his output is because that's why it's Kawhi's team.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't, because nobody remembers his numbers. Nobody knows how much points he's averaging this
Everybody
year.
knows how many points.
produce.
Everybody
Is he averaging more than Paul George?
They remember
Yes.
he didn't go to the
No, he's
finals
not.
last year.
No, I'm talking about.
Paul George is averaging more points.
Hey,
Paul
they
George is all his
remember-
numbers is better
they
than
I'm
Kawhi's
talking,
this year.
I'm talking
He didn't
about.
go to the finals last
Yeah.
year. That's all that matters. They remember he didn't go. Kawhi didn't go to the finals
And
last
who
year
got more of
as
the
they were
blame?
supposed
No,
to.
I was saying,
Who got more of the blame?
PG did. I'm saying Kawhi's numbers were good enough for them to get like if PG matched those numbers, they would have got past most of these niggas. We don't know. I'm not saying they won the title, but they would have got past most of these niggas. That's why no one says nothing about Kawhi because he does his job and he shut the fuck up. PG was not doing his job and bitching the whole time.
Okay, either way, if Paul, like you said, if Paul George would have performed up to that, they would have went X amount of far. They would have been the best team they could be.
Yeah.
That's how women want to feel. They want to feel like if I do my job, I'm the X factor. But you still not the leader of the team.
No.
But you want to
No
feel
one
like you
said
that
women should
special
lead,
one.
though.
You're the key part
No, I'm saying
in this
but-
piece.
but-
You're just
but
not.
Why are you
the lead.
You when I brought the question up, you was like B males. What does that mean? You was like a woman can lead if they have B males.
You don't know what a type A and a type B male is?
Like a beta male.
Yeah.
What is a beta male for the
It's
people
opposite
that
of
don't
alpha
know?
male.
You know them.
For the people who don't know.
So it's a more submissive person who is okay with not being in control fully of the decisions or whatever is made in a relationship.
Why are they labeled a beta male for that?
That's just psychology. Like I don't know what to tell you.
That's
didn't
like
do it.
animal psychology.
It's type A and type B people out here. That's
So
just
a
what
animal
it is.
submissive
shit
man
right
and
there.
You know
an
what a
aggressive man.
submissive
It doesn't really relate
you
to
know what a
sleep as much.
submissive
So-
man looks like. But
so-
there is studies on it. What do you mean? Beta man is a real thing.
I'm just saying we make a lot of comparisons because that's really on some animal kingdom nature shit. When you're talking about that, but then
Sure,
we don't
but
want to make
for the sake of
comparisons
the
when it comes
podcast,
to polygamy and
who cares?
monogamy.
No, but I'm saying that like you said that you would think that most women who have those relationships last longer.
Those women are those women are in control, and it's obvious. Have you ever seen a relationship like that?
Yes, Oprah and Stedman.
Looks terrible.
Yeah, but I'm saying that exists, and they usually stay together longer, just for the simple fact that.
Shit, if I'm with Oprah, I'm Stedman.
I'm
Okay,
Stedman. I'm
but
not
I'm-
bitching. I'm rich as hell.
Yeah, what we arguing about?
Shit, we
I'm
gon-
nothing.
Go ahead,
I'm just saying.
you clearly
I
know
mean,
what you're
is
doing.
that the goal? Is that the goal? Is it to be in a happy relationship or a long relationship?
Now that's a good question.
What's the difference? If
Yeah.
you're happy,
Why
doesn't
would
it
you
last
leave?
long?
I mean, no, not necessarily.
If you're happy, you gonna leave?
Yeah, you could be happy and then have a deal breaker like a man cheats.
That's not
That's
happy
not
no more,
happy.
nigga.
if
That-
he's
That
cheating.
means
A
she
man
wasn't
can cheat
happy
when he's
before he
happy.
cheated.
Good point.
You said what?
A man can cheat when he's happy,
Okay.
A man can cheat
just like a woman can cheat when she's happy.
A man can't cheat when he's happy. Unfortunately.
I don't know if I agree with that.
What
There's some
you-
part
a
of you that's
man
not
can-
happy when
What
you
is the
cheat.
point?
There's some part of you
I
that's
could be
not.
perfectly happy with my woman.
Wait. Now this is where the capacity comes in. Are we talking about marriage or dating or what?
Either or, because a long marriage, y'all saying if you have a marriage, typically that's a long relationship,
You're
right?
happy in your marriage.
Are you
would
is a marriage necessarily happy just because they're married and it's been a long term?
No. I get that point. I'm talking about
Okay.
if you're happy, you still cheat.
Actually
That doesn't
happy.
make
If you're
sense to
happy,
me.
you can do something to jeopardize a relationship still,
Yeah,
even if
just
you're happy.
out of neglect? Okay, I can see.
I mean,
that.
it could be out of a mistake or just
No, I'm
out
just
of
saying
who
like
you are.
if you're happy with
Ambition.
your girl, if you happy with your girl,
In the dating scene, bro. Real talk.
I don't know if you
I
cheat.
could be happy with a girl dating a girl, and I could fuck another bitch.
Yeah.
Happily.
Yeah.
And come back to the other girl.
Like
happily
you're
as
still
well.
my one. Like I'm still see a future with you.
That is the only case scenario I'll give you. But marriage is different, bro. I'm not going. If I'm happily married, I'm happily married. Why the fuck am I going to cheat?
I mean,
That's why I disagree.
you got
That's
kids,
the
you
flaw
got
in the
a
logic
house,
to
you
me.
got. I mean, why would
That's
you?
the flaw.
I
in the
was
logic.
gonna say in general, but
Again.
yeah, obviously it's cemented with that. You make a promise to God, you got to hold that up. But
That's all I'm
to me,
saying.
it's like if
But
I'm happy
dating
with my
someone and
girl, why am I
being
looking
happy,
at
I don't
somebody
know how
like?
that's- I don't know.
Why am I trying to get somebody else if I'm really happy with my girl?
because you see, I mean, it could happen in various scenarios. I mean, I don't know why. If you want to put a why to it, It could be just because the men are naturally insatiable.
You gonna put
Yeah. Now you trying
Now
to
you
be
now you general. You said no absolutes, so now
Just
you
let's have
saying
one,
men.
okay?
All right.
One fucking.
So you saying men
jester.
can't control this?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, are you saying that all men do? Are you saying all men
Come
do
on.
control themselves?
Sorry, no.
No,
Most
You
do.
just said if
No,
you're
it's
happy,
fine.
you acted like you can't fathom a nigga who's happy. And
not all
he's-
men are happy. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I know all
Most
men aren't
men aren't
happy, so
happy.
we're
Most
not
men are not
talking
happy.
about that. We're talking about
Black men,
being
right?
happy versus a long relationship.
No, we weren't.
That was my question. I said, would you
that
rather
was
be
his
in a long
initial-
relationship?
And I said I got
or
the-
a happy
I got the long-
relationship?
yeah, just 'cause you
and
with
you
somebody-
said if it's a long relationship, it's a happy relationship, right? And I said no, not
No,
necessarily.
because if you're
Oh, who said that? Not
no,
me.
You
we
did.
didn't.
No, I
he
didn't.
did not.
Yes,
he
you
said,
did. He said,
he
if it's
said
a long
if you're
relationship, it's
happy,
happy.
and why would you? He said if you're happy, why would you leave? So therefore, you're together a long time. That's what he was saying.
No, his exact words were.
He did not say
If
that.
if it's a long
'Cause I
relationship,
agreed with
wouldn't that
what he
mean
said.
I
you're,
never
you're
said
happy?
that. I never
I
said.
agree
I
with
said.
what he
I
said.
said I got the long term. Just because you with somebody for a long time doesn't mean you gonna
No,
not
all of
like
us
you're not
know that.
happy. But if you are happy, that was the thing. I was like, but that part, that's what I didn't agree with. If you're happy in general,
Right. So would
why
you rather be
cheat?
in a happy relationship?
Everybody would say happy.
Versus a long one.
I would say happy.
I would say happy, but
So however
You're not-
short it is.
9 times out of 10 it will be long.
Why would you be short with happy?
Right.
You know what I'm
what
saying?
That's why I got into relationships
That's
can
why
get
he said, well,
jeopardized
happy
even if
niggas
you're
cheat.
happy. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Let's say
this
you're
is
happy
going
in a
nowhere.
relationship
happy,
and
bro?
you get a job out of state.
Yeah,
and
we want to know.
You happy,
'cause
bro?
you-
Are you happy or you
your
long?
I am
term?
happy.
He said, happy.
Your
Are you-
views
Are
are
you happy or
wild.
you long?
I mean, let us know.
I am happy. But that doesn't mean I couldn't do something that would jeopardize the relationship. Like I just gave an example. I could get a job out of state. I could get a job out the country.
So why
Would that
can't she go with
necessarily be worth it? Even though we're happy as
what
hell.
if- what if the
But
job
are
was
we
a-
foreseeing that working in the future and
What
for
was-
long term?
what if it was your dream
No,
job?
you break up.
What was your dream job? Like the job that you always wanted. And it was in another state.
That's what I'm saying. I would very likely, I could take that job and we might not stay together. Or verse opposite, I would not take the job and now what? I'm not happy because I didn't take the job or some shit. So now we start cycle all over.
I don't even know where we're at this point.
It's
Let's ask another question.
You ain't gonna be happy with either answer. Pretty much what you said.
So if you get married, you ain't happy.
Y'all just want examples of how a happy relationship
You
can
only
end.
gonna be married for a short time to be happy.
I'm giving y'all that.
Now that I'm only
Happiness
here
is
for a
short,
good time, not a
period.
long
Me and my
time.
girls relationship. I had a girlfriend in high school, and when the week before I went off to college, I broke up with her. We was in the best state we could have been, but I already knew it wasn't sustainable
Yes,
because
he
I was
was-
about
that
to
was
go
So
to
then you
college.
wasn't
relationship.
happy.
I was happy, nigga. Did you just hear me? I
So
said
why
I,
did you said you were in the best. You said we were in the best state.
That's
in,
stay. Why
but
would you get that up?
but
what?
I could not foresee it being me making that situation work going to college.
So you
I
knew
knew it was coming.
you knew you weren't
I
gonna be
was
happy for long.
I was happy.
He was honest.
Yeah, you knew you weren't gonna be happy for long.
Right.
But you gonna have a nigga lie
So
to
that means you were-
act like he ain't
Exactly
cheating.
what I'm saying. So you can be currently happy, and if you don't see a future,
That's anything. Your mood changes every 5. What do you mean?
what do you mean your mood change? Your mood changes whether you're happy with a nigga or not every 5 minutes.
No, your situations change. Situations change.
Exactly. So happy relationships
No.
end all the time.
You're saying I'm
So y'all
happy I
act-
could go out and cheat. That's different than a situation.
That was one example of how a relationship
No,
can
cheating's
end
not a
swiftly.
situation.
That was my example of how.
Cheating
that was
is
my
not a
first
situation.
example.
That's the type of nigga you are.
What?
Cheating is not a situation. That speaks to your self-control, loyalty, morals, strategy.
So y'all trying to say you can't be in a happy relationship and the other person be cheating?
No.
Are you trying to say
that
you
means
can't
one
be in a
person's
happy-
happy. We're talking
Yeah.
about a mutually
That's
happy
what
I'm
relationship.
saying you don't think
Okay.
that a person could be happy with someone and cheat at the same time.
We know
I'm
you
saying
could.
I can't see that. I don't get
We know
that.
you
I'm
could.
not
Somebody's
saying for
happy.
myself.
Somebody's not happy.
We know
It
you
dep-
can.
It depends
I'm not saying for
on
myself.
the time in the relationship for me. Once again, if you're dating, that's different. I could be happy with you and still fuck another motherfucker and I'll be cool and smile and come right back to you.
That's
But
disgusting.
So you don't think you can have a you don't think
No, it's
Bruh.
not.
same thing. Same for her. She can go fuck with another nigga. Come
But you
back
decide to
smile.
be exclusive, or you're just dating each
No,
other,
that's
and
a
then
see.
you just got
That's a different type of
Oh,
scenario. You know what I'm
casually
saying?
dating is different.
Exactly. That's
So-
all
You
I'm
didn't say
saying.
that.
That's
You
the
you
point.
said
It's
dating.
casually dating, exclusivity. Then you got marriage.
So,
It's
so in a
stages.
25-year-old fucking marriage, right?
Okay.
You saying a nigga can't cheat like 3 or 4 or 5 times and not be happy with his marriage?
No comment.
And
No,
he just
I don't
cheated?
think so.
You don't think niggas go to the DR
You're
with their
seeking
boys
more.
on when they having fucking
comment.
parties and fucking bachelor
No,
parties?
I'm saying-
and you be happy with your girl, but shit, nigga, you in the DR, so you get drunk
No,
and
I'm
you
saying-
fuck a bitch.
look,
That mean
that
you
goes-
not in a
that
happy
that goes to Mickey's
relationship.
point. Is like that's your character. Like your
That
character is
speaks
what
to
you
the
do
type
when
of
you
How
ain't
does that
nobody
speak
looking
to
at
your
you.
Okay, so
character,
what are you
bro?
saying
That's the
about
type of
character
nigga
that
you
makes it
are.
wrong or right?
horny
Okay.
I didn't
I'm
say
gonna
that.
say that.
Tell me
That's-
who I'm dating initially. When we're dating, let me know you that type of nigga. You're gonna do exhibit signs. of being a
No,
I don't
see,
even
you're
wanna say
trying to
the
put
word.
niggas.
But
you're
what
trying
is
to
that
put
type of
niggas in
nigga
a
though,
box, and
I'm
it's,
saying-
that's just,
So-
Martin Luther
so-
King used to cheat on his
I
wife,
could date
bro.
a nigga who's possibly
Bruh,
going-
stop it, bro.
That's a fact,
That's
nigga.
why I said no comment, bro.
That's
Hold
a
on,
fact.
hold on. Too many
deep.
conversations going on at once. Mickey, what are you talking about?
I don't want to talk.
All right, Swap, what was you saying?
I have
okay.
nothing
I
of
was
value
saying,
to add to this conversation.
I was saying, okay, let's reverse it. If you're saying you can't fathom a nigga who's happy in a relationship cheating, let's reverse it. Let's
Women
say
hate this
you're in a happy relationship and your girl cheats on you. Y'all are breaking up, right? So y'all just went from a happy state to broken up.
You see how? Okay, let's
That's
move
a
on.
stretch,
Let's just
bro.
move on to
That's not a stretch. This shit happens. How is it a stretch when that shit
It's an
happens?
anomaly.
because you're. No,
That's
no,
not even an anomaly.
It's not even
What?
an anomaly. You're
Y'all
talking
speaking
about
to the
someone
fact
was
that
not.
there's-
Why did she cheat? She wasn't happy cheating.
It doesn't have to be her.
Well, she
you
was
were
probably
happy.
happy
We're
cheating.
talking about individuals.
I was talking about the mutual. Then that means that's the
I asked the
disconnect.
question.
I know, but I was thinking. That's why I said I couldn't fathom it because I'm thinking about mutual. If it's obviously one person's happy and one person you don't know
It
what
won't
they
work.
are,
But if
then
both people
yeah.
are happy, then
Why would you
what's
wanna
the-
cheat?
Okay, then
perfect.
you still don't get my other scenarios. Like I gave you,
You
like 4.
You
You could take a job out of state, out of the country.
Okay, but that's you doing something to jeopardize the relationship, knowing that will mess up the happiness, right?
No, knowing it would mess up the relationship.
That's-
The relationship
which
is
is the-
done.
which is the
Not
happiness.
necessarily saying the happiness.
But you're adding a situation.
You still
onto-
love her just as much. You still get along with her. Nothing really
You're-
changed
no,
except
it
for
did change.
y'all know y'all don't have a
Distance.
future because of
Distance changed.
proximity.
You're
Distance
putting
change.
an obstacle in front of happiness and saying, "Can you still be happy through that?"
No,
that's
you're
not.
putting
That's
an
not always
obstacle
the
in
case.
front of longevity. In front of the future,
You're
not
adding
the
lo-
happiness.
Now you're
aspect.
adding longevity. You said 2 options. You said, "Can you be? Would
Happy
you rather be in a long-term relationship or
or
would you
happy
rather be happy?" Those are
Exactly.
2 different options. You
Yeah.
can't add them both to the same thing now.
Right.
Because
You
now
can't
you're
say
changing the
happy.
whole shit. I was
Exactly.
saying, if you are happy in a relationship,
not-
if you are happy in a relationship, currently, mutually,
mutually, currently.
I don't see how
happy.
you. Why would
no
you
point
cheat?
of cheating.
Why are you?
If
cheating?
you're just in a
agree.
relationship for a long
It's hard
time,
to find a decent nigga or a decent woman these days.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Why would you ruin
Another
it?
one
exactly.
could be
exactly.
death. Your partner could die.
Okay.
All right.
Please
All
ask
right, but
another
next-
that's
question.
it. All
So
right.
would you rather be in a relationship where your nigga dies in a year, but it was a happy year, or would you rather be in a 5-year or 10-year long relationship
I'll take the guy for 900.
where y'all?
You already know, bro.
ahead, bro.
All right, bro. So I don't
What's
even. So
happening?
We get the point for that dumbass.
Yeah,
tangent.
I'm gonna get
Yeah.
into that.
Shit.
I give the
Facts.
point to
I
our
don't
group.
want. I want a different teammate.
All right, you got me now.
All right, thank God. Save me.
Um,
Oh yeah,
Question-
next question.
question. You already asked your goofy
Right.
ass question. nigga. He told-
No, that was a side question.
No,
Nobody got a point.
no.
Nobody got a point
That
for
was
that.
a whole
Honest joint
tangent.
before
You
that.
asked on. It was all about
Nah.
the. Yeah. You went on a tangent actually.
Go ahead.
Mickey. Do women have an issue with rejection?
Yes, we just handle it differently.
The second part of that is that why they seek control so much within a relationship.
The control comes from trauma.
That's your excuse, or is that just?
No,
you
it's not an
get-
excuse.
That shit is cap, man.
No. That makes
No,
a
I'm
lot
being-
of sense.
I'm being serious. Like, for example, someone that has anxiety, you like to be in control because you're prepared for the situations and it decreases your anxiety.
I asked that question because when it comes to rejection in the dating,
Uneducated.
in
it's
the
fine. I understand.
when it comes to rejection in the dating realm, women find it very easily to put that off on the man. When it comes to, I want a nigga to approach me. He should do that. I'm never going to approach another nigga.
That's
Why would
planning,
it?
right? Like you're talking about women planning out with you.
No. I'm just saying rejection in general. Like that's the reason why women. I feel like most women are single. Well, I'm gonna go. I feel like some women are single because they are
shoot that
waiting on
shot.
someone to present themselves to them,
Yeah.
not going out
That's
there
fair.
and actually
I don't
doing
think that's
it.
control though.
No, I'm saying the reason why they are they have an issue with rejection is because they want to be able to control the situation based off the nigga coming who's approaching them.
I feel like
They
it's-
don't want to go. They don't want to go out because if they're rejected, then they have no control in that. Because obviously you're putting yourself out there.
No,
you're being
I don't think it's
vulnerable.
related to control then, because I think that the reason we want you to approach us is because just as women, as we have been fed since childhood, this is how it works. A man courts
But
a
that's a
woman
certain level of
and-
control, right? Because you
It's
just
not a level of
you
control.
do.
It's our perception of how we think it should go, which is why which
That's
does
control.
contribute to why people think or why women are single.
It's
'Cause
called
that
conditioning.
is, yeah, exactly. That's what I said. It's how we're raised.
The only thing they can control is the type of nigga who they date. That's the control factor. If niggas come up to them, they have options to pick and control to pick what nigga who they want to fuck with.
Exactly. Men don't have that.
We don't have that option.
So, Swaf, what is your answer to that? Do women have an issue with rejection?
Definitely, women have an issue with rejection. I think it more kind of like she said. She tried to say trauma, but I'm saying conditioned. They're conditioned that we are supposed to take the lead in most scenarios. And kind of tailing back to what I said, you know, they want to have that idea of they're in control, but is it control if you going like Willie said, a woman can pick out of these 5 niggas, but one thing's for sure, one of these 5 niggas is fucking. Who's in control?
This isn't, because what I was saying about trauma was like women, you're already in a relationship, but the woman likes to be in control, and that's because she wants to know what she's like. She wants to feel like she's controlling her situation so she doesn't get hurt or played or
exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why the question about rejection is dealing with that approach. Like I was saying, like I feel like a lot of women could find the right partner for them if they put themselves out there more, but they're not going to do that because, like you said, of the condition. It could be trauma, it could be something else, because they feel like that's just me being too vulnerable when they could also be thinking like I'm already going to be vulnerable in the relationship. Like I don't want to get hurt multiple times off bat just to be hurt later down the line. I feel like they overthink it, because that's why when it comes to men, they always remember we was in that clubhouse session and we were asking like, how do we approach women? Like where do we find good women? Where do we do this? Like,
first of all, why wasn't I invited?
It was a spur of the moment thing.
It was,
That's
but
cute. Go ahead.
It was a long time ago too.
It was a waste
Chill
of time.
out, man.
It was a waste of time.
But what came out of that was like women said like men need to be creative when it comes to their approach. This is more about like hopping in the DMs.
That's
and
conditioning.
shit.
Man, listen, this one chick talking about, man, I want a nigga to hop in my DM and be like, man, what's up, head ass? I'm saying, nigga, what?
Ratchet.
Head ass? You
Bro,
want
that's
me to
some
come
clubhouse-
blazing in
that's
your
some clubhouse
DM?
shit.
And then
She said she like a goofy nigga. Literally, she said
that
she
was
want a
a-
goofy.
Okay, I
A
get
nigga
it
who will
now.
make you laugh
I
or
thought
something.
she meant like seriously just be like.
No. She just
no,
like,
that's what she meant.
she meant a goofy.
But
nigga.
you want a nigga to
But
joke with
I
you and
get
make
it.
it make
I
make
get
sense.
this, but I get what he said. But if she meant serious, then that's weird.
I mean, and the other thing was, look at our Instagram profiles, do some research to see what I like.
Yeah.
I'm like,
No,
y'all,
that's
some
tripping.
people will call it stalking. I'm like, which one? Shit.
You tripping?
But I'm saying like it's easy for them to put that off on us because they don't have to deal with the rejection. They can easily say no to any of these goofy ass responses.
They just gonna get whatever option that they want.
But for us, that rejection, we feel the same shit y'all feel when it comes to being rejected. Like we just got to get over it.
But you're predators.
Exactly.
Exactly.
We
You
would
don't
have
go
to
out
get
the
we
hunt.
would have to get over it, and that what it would take for them to do that is they would have to let their guard down so much that they would, if they want to, like Willie was saying, you would find the right nigga if you kind of just was open about yourself off rip. That's because that is basically opening yourself up about shit that niggas in the past have already taken advantage of
Yeah, that's fair.
from you.
That's
Like,
why I said trauma.
if you talk about you're jealous, like you've been jealous in the past or some shit, a nigga will find a way to take advantage of that shit if it's not a good nigga, you know what I'm saying? And now they walking around with that to the next nigga, so on and so forth, and they're carrying that baggage with them. So now it's like, all right, we don't necessarily know what the hell you bring into the table. So what we asking for is you to open up all the bags so we can see where the fuck you been, where the hell you might be going, and let us judge from there. Then y'all gonna find the right nigga. Then you're gonna find a nigga for you who's willing to put up with all that instead of down the line. Now we're uncovering all this
It's
shit.
gonna take a lot of rejection though. It's gonna take a lot of niggas
Yeah.
ain't ready
'Cause
and
most
prepared for
niggas
that.
just
Them
wanna
niggas
fuck.
don't want to
Let's
hear
be
all that
real.
shit. I don't
But
want
at
to hear your
least it's
baggage.
early rejection.
Yeah.
I got
and
my
not
own.
some-
Yeah, most niggas.
I want to hear all that. You truly do need it, and I'm not saying you're not right. I'm just saying because that would allow you to open up to know who's the right nigga. That even with your baggage, I will still love you anyway. You are
Sounds
absolutely
good,
right.
but
But like
most niggas don't
niggas ain't about to
have
go
time.
through that. It's gonna take a lot. And that
Right, I
rejection.
mean, wouldn't you rather get rejected early on and up front
No,
rather
girls do
than
not.
rejected by a nigga who now has gotten to know you and you actually care for,
Girls
and
do
now
not
he
want-
still rejects you because now you're revealing those parts
Most
about
girls do not want to do that. And the crazy
aren't.
thing on
And
the
guys-
flip
guys
side,
do that too.
no, on the flip side, guys have no choice but to deal with the shit.
yeah, we do.
That's the other. That's the
what,
flip
rejection?
side. It's not
Yeah.
like we have an option to be like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I got these options of girls. Like, no, we got to deal with the rejection.
Nah, we
regardless.
could. We
girls,
could. We
if they
could.
have an option to handle rejection or not, they're not going to take rejection.
No,
They
that's
gonna
not
sit
true.
it out
We
and
could
wait.
avoid rejection entirely. It would
How?
we would just be fucking.
How do you avoid
make sense.
We would be
rejection?
fucking
Prostitutes,
we would be fucking butterheads and fat bitches.
See, bro, you can't say shit like this on the show, bro. Come on, bro.
If you get rejected by a butterhead, hey, bro, you might want to call it quits.
Look,
bro.
if you didn't want to try at all, you would fuck somebody who is below your standards, looks, every little box you like to check, you're going to have to say, fuck it. They don't got to check no boxes. You would get pussy effortlessly. You could pick out whoever you wanted to.
I thought this was a relationship.
Trying to say, like, some women still wouldn't want you. That's fucked up to say. Just
Okay,
because
yeah,
she's
I mean,
below you
I
doesn't
thought we was
mean
talking about a
she's
relationship.
attracted to
Nah,
you.
he was saying like you brought
Chances
up
are,
relationship.
though.
Like, well, he was bringing up.
You're
Chances
still,
are.
but if we're saying chances, then you're gonna get rejected. That's what I'm saying.
No, you have your pickings.
You
You lower your standards, you get more
always
picks.
have pickings. You have more picks, but back to what Nick said, like you're still gonna get rejected eventually. Keep trying and
Well,
even
I-
if
How
The
can you
man
have-
or the women?
how can you
The
say
man?
that and then say
you
women
go-
are afraid to do this? It's like, okay, you're gonna
it's
get
just the
rejected
way
regardless too.
it is. I don't know what just like you.
No,
half the
but
shit
Aren't
you
women
say.
gonna get
No.
rejected regardless too?
No, not really. Willie's point is valid when he said like women have the option. It's
Y'all
a
are
yes or
hunters.
yeah.
That just
We're
is
the
what it is.
hunters, y'all the prey. You
Right.
feel me?
It just is what it is.
Unless we rich.
We're you-
unless
we're
you're,
you-
unless
Yeah,
you're a rich
unless
nigga.
you're rich
If you're
or
a rich nigga, then
famous.
yes, they're gonna DM
Then they're
you.
poaching you. Yeah, all the prey coming to where you at. You promised land. You got all the
Yeah,
lake,
you don't
the
even
milk, the
have
honey.
to. That's why niggas don't. The ones that up, they don't even do that. Just let it come to them.
Exactly.
Man, I need to be a rich.
So we
nigga.
can have our pickings too.
Boy, I need to get a rich
Eventually,
nigga.
if you're in the right situation.
But then them the ones who
Shit.
don't really ride for you,
They don't
bro.
really-
yeah,
don't
they want your
really-
they
yeah.
want your money.
They want your
They'll-
money.
they'll cut your
bruh.
throat when
I'm
you
That's
cool,
that's
bruh.
Diary of a Mad Black Woman, bitch.
We gotta
Cool,
deal with
bro.
similar shits. Like we all have, both sides have obstacles they gotta deal with. Both sides are gonna deal with
But-
rejection. Bad bitches get rejected all the time. It's just by
Rich
niggas
niggas.
playing them.
Rich
It's not,
niggas.
it's not
That's
that
it.
upfront. Like I
true.
don't want to fuck with you,
That's
nigga.
a
It's
good-
not. I don't want to
but
fuck with you,
that's
bitch.
a-
Instead, no.
Hold on, let me
You find out this nigga fooling around behind the back. Now you go on your little tantrum in your little scene, and now you're carrying that baggage to the next relationship.
Swab, but that's good. That's good rejection though. That's not bad rejection.
That's not good rejection.
A bit ain't gonna be mad because she got turned down by Chris Brown. Like you would be happy to just to get in
Whatever.
contact with the nigga, let alone he responded.
That's
Like, you know
not
what I'm
true.
saying?
That's
It's
not
like,
true,
It
bro.
is what it is.
There's some bitches who would be excited just to fuck Chris Brown, but if Chris Brown's invested in you and then you think you in a relationship or some shit like that and he cheats on you, that's rejection. You got rejected. He chose another bitch over
No,
you.
no, you
Rejection, that's
blessed,
a
bitch.
relationship.
You blessed.
Yeah.
You are a small few. You know what I'm saying?
Blessed.
You are happy to be in a situation with that.
That's
like
why
that, bro.
girls in those situations just endure. That's just the word. They just
Why do you
endure.
think they're so careless and they're selfless to a certain extent? But it's like they don't care because if they did get played, okay, well I just get the
I get
next
money,
baller.
and he
Well,
buys
I
me
got
back.
money, I benefit, and it's business. It's
That's
a
why I said those
transaction.
women just endure. That's really what it is. Those women just
point blank
like,
period.
Well, then look, those women don't have a hard time with rejection, and they're not airing out that baggage because they're carrying something. They're not just taking the shit to the
Yeah,
chin.
they taking dick and
They're not just taking
Gucci
it to the
bags,
chin.
nigga. The fuck? That's what they taking.
That's a cover up, bro. That's a mask. That's a mask
We
for
got
most women.
we got two more questions before we wrap up. I'm gonna give that point to Mickey. Had a great point when she said they just endure.
Bro, they was the only one that answered. What are you talking? You didn't even give us a chance
No,
to answer.
I listen. Doe ain't gonna say nothing.
You ain't even give us a chance to answer.
Doe ain't gonna say nothing. good. I was listening
We
to
gotta
you.
tighten up the format. We
didn't
got to
give
have
me a
both
chance to
sides
ask the
answering
question.
every question.
That's what I'm saying.
I did hear you. You said your point about rejection.
I
You
was
brought the.
basing, no, I was basing it based off what he was talking about.
All right, go ahead. Tell
But
us
it
your
wasn't-
answer.
What's your answer?
Nah,
then?
go to the next question. Nah.
Okay,
Yo,
word.
yo, sensitive.
I'm just saying, bro. No, I ain't like ask all the questions. You know what I'm saying? Assuming. Motherfucker, ugly head. Let's go. Pissing me off, bro. All
When
right,
he hurt, he always cook. Hey, hurt people, hurt people.
but come
nigga.
on, bro. Let's get it.
I'm
bro.
waiting on this goofy ass old bugle boy built motherfucker.
Oh my God, what is?
All right, since y'all didn't get to answer the last one, I'll give y'all this one to start out. We're gonna go back and forth for y'all two, and then we're gonna make it concise, and then we want both sides so we can actually deem the point. We've just been giving the point to whoever the only team we've
Right.
been asking the question to. We
Terrible
gotta
delegation.
tighten it up.
I gave half point.
Yeah, you did get a half point. You didn't even deserve that. But all right, so men. Men who have been in a relationship or been in a situationship, do you get the mindset of you can lose a battle but don't lose the war? And what does that mean to y'all?
Shit. What does that mean? I literally wrote that in the doc. I was like, what the fuck does
I'll
that
explain
mean?
more. I'll explain
Lose
more.
the battle, then lose the war.
I'll explain more. Let's say something your girl did upset you or some shit like that. Maybe she was just like talking back too much or always kind of prying on something that maybe you don't give a fuck about, or
Okay.
it's based
Just
on a
being
lie,
petty or something, or-
small like that. And then another day she's coming at you about something serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, maybe our future in whole.
Okay.
You choose not to necessarily get into it with her about that little shit, but you ready to go all out for that big shit. That's choosing to win the war over losing the battle.
I was gonna say another scenario would be, let's say it's your birthday, but your girl, you know, she did something, made a mistake, did some goofy shit that you could really like be like, come on my birthday you gonna do this, but you know you're gonna get your dick sucked later on that night. Do you confront her about the goofy shit she did, or do you let it pass? Because like, if I do that jeopardizes me getting my dick sucked tonight.
No, more than likely, I'll let it pass.
Exactly.
You
Because
just
you want
let
your
it
dick sucked.
pass.
It's your birthday.
Yeah, you I ultimately, yes, I want you damn Skippy. I want my dick sucked on my birthday, but nevertheless, it's just the whole. But even if it wasn't my birthday, like I'm not trying to do petty shit with you. That could get annoying for both sides. And like we talked about a little bit earlier, we talked about peace and whatever it takes for peace. Whether if it's just stretching out a lie, or you know what I'm saying, like Mickey was like, well, where you at? Shit, kicking it with the homeboys. I ain't about to say a bitch was there that was loose or whatever. Like, why am I adding extra details to that when I know it could cause problems? You know what I'm saying? And all at the end of the day, I would just favor I just wanted to kick it with my niggas. So I definitely agree. Like, yeah, we're just saying in general, just men, like we have to bite our tongue. I mean, I'm taking the L on that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll take the L and then if it's a bigger conversation later on and I had to bring out all the guns and the weapons, I'll do that. You know what I'm saying? But it will be, in a not malicious way.
No.
I mean, honestly, I believe if you win all the battles, there won't be a war. To be real.
God damn it. So you said if you win all the battles.
Yeah,
You have to win all the battles, though.
Yeah.
That's a hard
And you
percentage,
can,
nigga.
bro.
100%.
And
No
you
one's
can.
100% of anything.
And you can.
Shit.
If you win most of them, bro, it won't be a war. She ain't gonna go to war with you. You know what I'm saying?
That's a lie.
That's a goddamn.
That's a lie.
Real talk, bro.
She lost the war.
Especially a black
You won
woman.
all the battles, you lost the war.
A black woman is gonna be war. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna hold you accountable. They're gonna call you out on your shit. They
But
gonna
is
let you
war
know
a
you
happy
ain't shit.
relationship?
Huh?
Is war a happy relationship?
That's a great
War
question.
Why the
surviving.
fuck am I going to war anyway? You
So
know
just
what
a
I'm
follow-up question to conclude, y'all.
mutually
Is
fight
that
for
healthy, though?
something.
Losing the battle but winning the war. Is that healthy for a
For
relationship?
you.
Yes.
For you, is that healthy?
Okay, that's a
That
yes.
is a damn skip.
Doe, what about you?
saying? No, I feel
No.
like you could prevent war.
Okay, Mickey. Oh, wait. Is this question for men? What about you? It can apply to women, too. From your perspective, a woman's perspective.
Women don't lose.
Women don't admit they lose.
Especially if a woman
Do
with a
y'all have
fat
issues
ass.
with women saying sorry? Or accountability?
Years later, yes.
I do apologize.
Shit.
Sincerely?
I didn't always.
That's the one thing I don't
didn't
believe.
always. You shouldn't, but
When did you?
I didn't always.
When did you start apologizing?
Recently.
Wow.
So you started realizing that it's not worth that battle if you want to win the war.
No, it's just.
Full circle.
You know how we have our text messages in our groups and talks? This is a sign of growth.
Thank you.
Growth.
But yeah, I don't know. Eventually, you just do what you need to do. But it also helps you. It's not like you're just doing it for a relationship or anything. You just, it helps you as a person, like even in friendships and like family, like just relationships in general. Like
Yep.
you have to eventually become a better version of yourself.
I definitely agree.
I think that that saying in general, lose the battle but win the war, that contributes to toxic relationships. What ends up happening is those little battles and those little stones that y'all didn't dive into, they compound. They build up.
We bring stuff up later too.
Now you haven't resolved that issue. That was something that was in the air and it was left open. You didn't talk about it. You didn't really address it because it was a battle that it wasn't worth it for the war. Now when something else comes up, it could be serious. They're bringing all that unsettled shit, all that
I was gonna say,
unsettled
we
energy
remember all that.
to that war, and it makes it that much more volatile of a situation and argument. That's why I'm a big fan of let's nip it in the bud right here. Let's figure out what the hell is bugging you about this and what's bugging me about it, and where do we really stand on it.
Yeah.
Let's just get it out. Let's just get it out rather than sweep it under the rug. So I can't go by that. I used to go by the battle. I used to be so patient and go by that little battle mentality. Like, but what would happen is I would, like Mickey said, I'd bring it up later. I'd bring it up later on some shit. And now I ran with the thought of the way I perceived it. And now it's months later and you can't really even speak on it. Because I've been setting my thoughts so much about how I feel about it. There's no change in that. That's what I brought to that board.
So you acknowledge that you're petty. So that's why you want to get it out now, so that
no,
it
I'm
doesn't show up
acknowledging
later.
petty. Yeah, I'm definitely petty, and that pettiness
are.
graduates into actual feelings, actual mentalities.
I feel like also it depends on I guess your description of a battle. You know what I'm saying? Because like small shit to where I'm not about to let small like I stand on my point in regards to like I'll let small shit ride. Like you know what I'm saying? If it was some dumb shit, cool. Just I could do something like you said, the birthday situation.
Bad, yeah.
Like I'm gonna let it ride. But if it's something like, you know what I'm saying, if she did something to you where you felt a little bit irritated or agitated, I do agree with you. Yes, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let you know about it right now. You know what I'm saying?
I would
Let's
say
get it
that
out the way now. But from my perspective, I don't call that a battle. I'll call that a war. If I'm that agitated to be like, I gotta say something, I think that's a war.
What if it wasn't reciprocated? Let's say she brought up every little thing, but you always had to hold your tongue. That would start to drag on you.
You usually will
you
hold
would
your
get
tongue 'cause
pent
you're
up,
bad
and
at
that would
communication.
Who's doing that? Wait, say that again.
Okay, I feel like in general, women are better at this than us. They won't let as much slide. They'll bring it up, and we always say it like, you always got something to say. Like that's what we classify. Like women always got something to say. That's because we always got something to say too. We just don't always say shit.
Right.
So
we know
who's
what,
handling it in a more healthy manner?
And that's why
the person trying to get everything out, or the person who is sweeping things under the rug, but being very patient and essentially mature about it. How we kind of frame it, being mature about it, to where we're not gonna make this a big deal, but over time, those little deals turn into big deals.
It just depends on what the quote unquote battle is.
For me, I don't look at it as a war. I think that relationships are all battles. Like there's all little things that can lead up to something bigger.
Any relationship.
Yeah, any relationship. And like you said, Swaff, it's good to address it right now, but also going back to a previous point, timing is big on that too. Like, you don't need to address it right as it happens sometimes. Sometimes you gotta let some shit digest simmer for a little bit, and because cooler heads prevail. But I do think that the thing that men realize that sometimes women don't, let's go back to another question, but women shut the fuck up. Like, men realize that when women are talking at a certain point in time, it's best for me to shut the fuck up and let her get that shit out.
Especially
because
a black woman.
It's because if I interrupt, or I could say some shit that's it's gonna ruin the whole night, maybe even ruin the whole weekend, whatever. I gotta shut the fuck on this. On the other side, like Swap said, some women don't feel the need to do that shit because it's like, nah, if I got something to say, I'm gonna say it. But sometimes, like I said, to be considerate to your partner, you need to shut the fuck up. And I wish that relationships, because I talk about this with y'all all the time. I wish that I can meet a woman that I can say shut the fuck up, and that be reciprocated without, like, this is a time where I don't need you to say nothing right now. That I'm not in the mood. Out of love though, like shut the fuck up out of love.
That doesn't make sense.
Right.
I'm just
That doesn't
saying.
make sense.
I wish I could, but I know I can't. You know what I'm saying? And that's a part of me that I have to, like you said, Chill. When it comes time, I won't be able to. I won't be able to do this. I won't be able to have this honest dialogue.
Once you're married, it's over.
Yeah,
I'm changed.
It's
over.
I hate that
being
y'all
honest.
think marriage is like that.
No, I'm saying
is like,
it's
I've seen it.
because
I've seen
I
it.
can't be.
I know, but you can have a different marriage.
No, but listen. This is the
tell
reason.
me that all the time, but ain't no different.
This
But
is
I mean,
the,
I
this
just
is the
hate that
reason
people.
why
I just
men-
hate that y'all think that.
No,
way.
this is the way why men feel like this. Is because we feel like we can't truly be our full selves with y'all. It's always something. Our tongue's gotta be bitten. I have to make sure I do this. Meet y'all standards. Meet my standards.
Not even-
It's just all of that encompassed into one. And it's like, bro, I can't even truly be myself, or you can accept me to be who my true self is. I have to always have some type of limitation. And you can say that, well, maybe it's the girls who you pick, whatever the fuck. Fuck all that. And no matter what the case gonna be, a man gonna have to take the L on that, especially in marriages. You feel me? That's what it is.
I was gonna say, like, just to bring that point even closer. For me, it's just like that's a part of, like, you always say, like, oh, you can create that for your own relationship. Where does that start? You know what I'm saying? You can create that for your own marriage. People always go to marriage like, oh, when you married, that's when you everything's milk and honey and shit. Like,
No, I
nah, you
feel
have to
like
build
it's
towards
even-
that.
yeah,
I have to tell her to shut the fuck up before we get married. Because if I
you can't spring that on somebody.
I'm not saying I'm springing on, but I'm saying if I
I don't know why he sound like shut
I
the fuck up.
I
You
know.
can't say
You can't say
shut
that
up, please, or you know what I'm saying? You're like, it's so many
Right.
different ways.
I'm not saying
You
you
gotta
gotta
pull
sit.
it out when it's necessary.
That's what I'm saying. It's a
Shut
draw
the
for
fuck
on
up
Uno.
shouldn't be used casually.
It's draw for on Uno. You don't bring that out anytime. You drink it out when you need to. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when you see that on the table, like, oh, this nigga serious. You know what I'm saying? He trying to win. Like,
No,
so-
I do think
no,
that's
but I'm-
necessary though.
But I'm saying like
sometimes,
you,
'cause
we have
get
to
in our
we have to.
heads.
But we
Just
saying
like
like
Uno,
that
when
re-
you put a draw 4 on somebody, they feel betrayed. They feel hurt when you do that to somebody in Uno. That's a good example.
But it's a part of the game. You gotta, the card is in that deck. If you had the card, you would play it. type
Like
of
you
shit.
said, it was in love. If that's your intention, it's okay.
No, well, I'm saying that you have to develop that within the relationship. You have to,
If we trust you, if I trust that your intent is our peace and our betterment in our relationship, and you say that because it's like, bro, you're overthinking, you're doing a lot, you're taking it like where it doesn't need to go, and that's when you say it, and I know that your intent is to
it's
fix
gonna
this.
it's gonna be like if we out and about or like something. It's not gonna be like I'm gonna just
out
look
and
at
about. So you selling that to
no.
y'all at a
Yeah,
happy
now you're
hour.
talking to me in
This
public.
nigga at Wet Willie's. He told this bitch to shut the fuck up.
Right.
Shut the fuck.
They're at brunch.
I
brunch.
swear to God,
Nah,
if you
they're
drink
at
my
brunch after
blue
Sunday service.
motherfucker again.
I'm saying I'm not saying out and about and I'm cussing you out. I'm not saying that. I'm saying like if we are out, I would do it like I'll pull you to the side
Hey,
and
shut
talk
the
to
Hey, nah, Mickey, he said he gonna whisper to you when you're in church and you did something bad. Bitch, if you don't shut the fuck up, get your ass
No.
in the car.
If we're in an argument at home,
I swear to God.
I'm not gonna yell that. I don't want to yell shut the fuck up.
Praise
That's
God.
that's a wrong.
I'm gonna whoop.
That's the wrong thing to do.
But there are times I feel
I've
like-
done that before and I hated myself to get to that point. Like I shouldn't have done that.
The shit was hilarious.
But-
hilarious.
Much needed too.
It was needed.
It was
needed.
I felt it was needed, but it was the wrong thing to do
at the time.
at the time because I could have said it in a nicer way.
Got it.
Did you win that battle?
No, the battle was over at that.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The war.
That
was
sounds
over.
a last dick
Hey.
shot.
It was like the general was shot. Everybody coming now.
Hold on, you was Captain America in Endgame. He was down and down. He was limping.
Nah, it was worse.
He was waiting for a cap on your lap.
It was
Never
worse.
came.
I was Vision and Thanos. Was I thought it would work. I thought her breaking this thing would work. Nah, that nigga turned the clock back and said, "Nah, this is a wrap."
Hey, but I will say this on this question to expound upon it. Why does it necessarily just have to be war? Like if it's marriage, I feel like it's teamwork, and we're against everything else.
Let's not act like there isn't happy marriages.
There are happy marriages.
There are happy marriages. There are, and those happy
so-
marriages
Happy for
argue.
both?
They
Yeah,
have
yeah.
battles.
Arguments is-
both.
No, I was gonna say
Argument-
like Swap's point. They're not happy for long.
Of
You know
course
what I'm saying? You can. It gets to a certain point in marriage, you just tolerate. Like this is the person I could tolerate for the rest of my life.
That's a myth, you know.
Toleration?
There's happy marriages.
Oh, it's not a myth.
'Cause
I don't-
no
I don't
one can
believe
I don't
prove
think
it.
so because I.
Well, your parents.
Yeah, like I was gonna say.
So your
I
parents
have,
ain't happy?
I have
My
like,
parents probably been
family-
lying for years, bro.
But why?
And
why
you-
would you?
Why would you taint your
Yeah, like,
parents
why
with
would
this
you
This
do
shit
nigga
like
ain't
that, bro?
shit.
No,
What?
Because-
shit. Why would you even say
Okay,
that?
so I'm gonna paint the picture for you. They're in their, I'm talking about 30, 40 years of marriage. They've been through some shit. They're well fortified. It wasn't all happy days.
It's
they
never
was
gonna
broke at
be
one
all
point.
happy days.
Okay.
It was broke at one point.
Okay.
And just like the older generations, they stuck through it through the hard times. The people, the relationships these days, they don't have that type of fortitude.
I agree. Most
So
men.
that's why I'm coming from the perspective of today, looking at their relationship like wouldn't have been me. They told me multiple times in their relationships, multiple hiccups where they stuck through it, and I'm in my head thinking like, wouldn't be me. I would have been out. Even if I knew at the end of it would look like this, I'm out.
Damn. Damn. I don't know what else to say.
I know it's like
That's
If
just my,
thir-
and that's just my.
if 30, 40 years in marriage and all them's up and down, if you say yeah,
I'm
I don't
gonna
know what else to
paint
tell
the
you.
picture for
But you
listeners.
paid
the
your
only
you
thing-
paid
Hold
your
on,
dues at that point.
Hold on.
You paid your
I'm
dues
gonna paint
at
the
that
picture
point.
for the listeners. He is talking about his parents who
Yeah, like, these
have,
are his parents.
It's 4 kids. It's him and his 3 sisters. They all live in best family that I've seen in probably ever. He talking about.
I can't.
He
Believe
wouldn't have
certain
stuck through
situations
shit
where
that
they're-
would have led to his existence.
He said
Yeah.
I wouldn't have stayed there. Nigga got kids and all. I would have dipped.
He said he wouldn't even got there. He
wouldn't even got
would have
But
stopped at
they-
1.
Look, they the look. If y'all, they the typical black minority family that stayed together. They went through hard shit. They didn't.
So
they
my
was
question
not
is,
happily.
after 30
They
40
paid for
years,
it.
are they happy today?
I don't know. I don't know if they
I,
are.
I would say
You
that.
can-
I would
They're
say
at
that.
a point where I wouldn't be surprised if they thugging it out because they got shit invested in each other and this family and this life they've thrown in on
no
for
one-
30 plus years.
no one wants
you
to
that
be-
invested,
Yeah.
you could work for your job for 30 plus years. You're not gonna leave. You got pension and everything. That don't mean you're happy.
Shit, I'm leaving.
Well, I would say this. No,
Yeah.
you're not.
You'd
know
be a
what you're
fool.
saying.
You would be a
I would
fool
say-
to leave.
I
That's
would
what I'm
say this.
saying.
Hold on.
You'd be a fool to leave a pension, a 401k.
I would say this.
That shit ain't good.
You could
no more
retire,
these
but
days.
no, I'm about to go back in the workforce because I'm unhappy. That's basically
No one wants to be. No one wants to be.
That
No,
could very
nobody-
well be
Swap.
them. They could have been
Swap. You
unhappy in
retire,
their 50s
you
and all of a
retire.
sudden been like, what are we going to do at 50?
Swap, you retire.
I ain't going to find nobody else.
Swap, you retire, then get a new job. What are you talking about?
No one wants to be 45 and
no,
single
you don't.
anyway.
Yeah.
But
It don't just work
hold on,
like that.
Hold on. But before we move on, the thing about marriages when it comes to like that is like you may not have found the person that you're willing to go through that shit for. That's the thing. Like you're looking at it from a standpoint
fair.
like from the bitches I've been around or who I've interacted with at the time. I don't know. Maybe this is a thought you had.
You're a nice woman.
I have not met a woman that I would love enough to survive through all that. To eat that bullet or whatever, for her to eat that bullet or whatever, for us to get through that. And that's an honest thing too, because you don't know, because it sounded at that point in time, you didn't even know what love was. You may know it now. You may have somebody that you found now that you can go through all that shit that you're thinking about, but until you actually meet that person, of course, you ain't staying for half the shit that most of these couples go
Until
through.
you actually go through it. How do you know if you're
and
even gonna
see that
stay or
you- how
not?
you'll
It's
react,
going.
yeah.
Only time can tell. You know
I
what I'm
agree with
saying? Like, it takes time. But
I mean, of course. It's just speculation on what you think you would do, knowing yourself, what you think you would do in those
You're a
situations.
pessimist.
but you can see how.
I'm not. I'm really not.
You can see how.
I'm a realist.
Not right.
That's
but I'm
what
saying,
pessimists
like,
No, it's not.
Yeah.
You can
Pessimists
see
say
how
they're realists.
people are not like hot. Well, you can see why men is just it's so hard for them to commit or really like think about long term. When I just never really seen a lot of cases for it. Like it's hard for me to like I guess do
Black
that.
especially.
You know what I'm saying? Like
You
come
say
on, bro.
you ain't met nobody that's worth it.
I know not only that, but I haven't seen a great example to follow.
You don't have anyone in your family at all?
Mary, yes, I do have some good cases and examples, but nevertheless, to Swap's point, that don't mean that they're always happy. They may be happy in front of me.
Exactly. That's what I'm
I don't
saying.
mean
We
they
ain't never gonna
always-
know the truth.
Happy, it don't mean they don't go
Oh
through
no.
shit. I'm not around
I know.
them 24
The
hours a
marriages
day.
in my family are not good. Like I already know that. These niggas is just together because they 70 and they're just like, well, roommate. Like,
What are they gonna do
Don't that
single?
sound
Yeah.
terrifying?
What they gonna
though?
do
Like, don't
single?
that sound
But
terrifying? Like,
again, these are boomers. Like, you know, these are people who like divorce wasn't a thing. Like it's weird to get.
so is
divorced,
marriage is
Those are
marriage
the
a
days
thing?
I was talking about, bro. The
Happy
girl
marriage
days.
is a
No,
myth.
that's
That's why I
not what
say
she was
happy
talking about.
marriage is a myth because we
But
don't really know.
I
It's
think
legend.
that eventually,
You don't
eventually,
know until you there.
have
and
you never
see it
loved
face
someone?
To face.
I've loved someone.
Marriage
like
is a business.
your parents or your mom,
That's the
someone
fucked
you
up part.
genuinely love, that is possible to find in another person. And so I think that is the determining factor. Like you just said, I don't think I met someone who I would do that with, but I think that's the determining factor. Just find someone you fucking love.
Right, for sure.
Like, and that can only be proven through tests of time.
You're right.
And I'm not saying cheating and shit like that. Like, we can get through hurdles and shit. But if ever you're unfaithful or like just shit that's just come on now.
Okay.
Like that's different.
Question.
Yeah.
That's
It-
different.
No, I feel you.
But trials and tribulations, if you're worth it, we can.
We can work that shit out.
Yeah, right.
For sure.
If let's
I
say
There's
wholeheartedly
certain
agree.
unforgivable things for me. That's all.
let's say you couldn't have both of these and you had to choose one. Would you rather have somebody who y'all could go through the lows and y'all would make it, or have somebody who you could get to the highest point with?
What? Why are you bringing up these
the fuck are you talking
unrealistic
about,
situations?
bro?
Swap?
It's not
what are you
unrealistic
talking about?
situations.
Wait, hold on, what
This
did
is
you-
not
what did you say?
unrealistic.
What did you say again?
Okay, so I'll give you an example.
No, what did you say?
No,
What was the question?
exactly.
Yeah, what was the question?
My question was, would you rather be with somebody who y'all can withstand the lows of the lows, or be with somebody who can take you to the highs of the high?
What,
But
they can't
someone
do
who
both?
would you-
What
yeah.
about like, what if
I
they
was
the mid to
just
the mid?
It's what's more important. Obviously, you could try to find
Hey,
someone.
no, what's the
That's
mid
the
of the
life
mid,
goal.
bro?
Somebody who you can do both with.
That's
You
that-
can't pick one or the other. Also,
Exactly. I
'Cause
don't feel like when you
without lows, there's no high.
Exactly.
And then with there's
Well
no
said.
high, how's you know you're low?
Well said.
That's why you gotta have a mid bitch.
That is dumb.
Your
That
bitch
is
gotta
dumb
be
what
mid
y'all
as
just
hell.
said.
Your bitch gotta know how to pick you up and take it down.
You
That
want
was a
somebody,
dumbass
do
question.
I rather want somebody who at the lowest of my lows, or then rather than somebody who can take me
You're
with my
gonna
highs
get
and my
high
highs?
eventually. If she's really riding for you, like there are people who really will be with you like through some shit, and I've fucking seen it.
Yeah,
Okay.
a low
That's
could be
your
a high.
friend.
And
A low
on
could
the
be a
other
high.
end, that doesn't mean like that was your potential. That's what I'm saying. Like, this nigga will help you get to the bag, help you get all the money and success you want. But once y'all hit that hiccup, y'all might fall apart. But you reach that high with him.
I think
Or you with somebody who y'all struggle through it, but you just really have y'all relying on y'all love and y'all really hold on tight to each other. And y'all not gonna hit that high. Y'all not gonna be rich or millionaires or highly successful,
No,
but you're gonna
it
be
has
in
to be
love.
both.
It's a gray
What
area.
would you
bro.
want?
It's a gray area.
has to be
If it's
both.
what would I want, I would want the middle. You feel me? Like Malcolm.
Facts.
You
There's
feel
no
me?
middle. You're
It's
not
a
Malcolm.
middle, bro.
I was just
There's
like,
no middle and you're not
X.
Malcolm.
It's a middle, bro. You can't.
There is not no middle.
'Cause it-
How is there no middle if there's a high and there's a low?
I just,
You ain't never
I just
mid?
broke it down for you.
I'm,
nigga.
saying, I'm asking you, is there never a mid-level bitch?
Not in this scenario.
I could take, bro, I could be with a girl who has held me down, and she can help me take me to the highest of my highs.
And people
And
have
vice
started
versa.
low, and you can build.
Somebody, I can meet a bitch who on the hottest highs, and even on my lowest of the low, she's still hanging with me. It's a both. It's either or.
Not for real.
What's your answer? What's
just
your
not
answer?
for real.
What you want?
What's the
What you want? You want to get high? You want to
I'm
stay
glad your
low?
girl ain't here, nigga. You
want-
want
I
to
would-
do something else.
Look, I would
You
rather
something else.
me.
Facts,
I would
yo.
rather
Like,
be
really.
happy and in love, and we gonna just have to live this simpleton life.
That's me.
So you say, what do you mean? So you saying low?
Yeah,
I don't wanna
I'd
be
rather
low.
a bitch who we can make it through the
You mean
struggles.
financially low?
Yeah, financially lows included. Yeah, if we broke but I'm happy with her, I'd rather that than me be rich and with a bitch
Oh, so
who's
you're talking about money? We didn't
who's
even
fragile.
realize this.
I
No,
threw
he
money
said-
in
he's
there.
throwing
I
out,
said
yeah.
success in your career, money.
Success and we're high. Why wouldn't you pick both?
What?
You said high highs and low lows. Okay, so low as in
Y'all don't.
financially.
You need to listen. That's
Yeah. Low as in financially,
Listen, I'ma
you're
say it
bad.
one more time.
Relationship, you're bad. Everything is low. You're going through a rough spot, but she holding you down. The only thing you're holding on to is love.
We in the trailer park. How low we talking?
We talking about San Francisco.
We're talking about as low as this gonna get.
You got you.
We
Y'all
talking
both.
about
Y'all, like,
low. You
Oh,
see that crook?
y'all
I'd
both
rather
look like
be
Sanford and
loved.
Son.
I'd
That's how
rather
low
be
it
in
is.
love. I think long marriages though, like I think eventually that's just your best friend. That's a woman who has seen you surgery. Like I'm just saying random
sure.
shit. Just she's seen you.
Your highs are your highs and your lows are your
She
lows.
has-
If you can have your dick out, not hard.
Yeah, like
That's just-
she's seen you and she still sit there and love you and not fuck other niggas. She's just
That's
with
love.
you. Like
That's-
that
that's-
she
ain't
loves.
nothing-
That's the most
So
love
y'all,
one can get.
y'all really not gonna answer the question. Y'all gonna say
want-
Malcolm in the middle.
Yeah.
I want
That's
both.
it.
I want
I
both.
want
It
you
doesn't.
middle
Can't
class all
have
day.
both. What do you value
middle
more?
class, fam.
Obviously, you can try to go out and find a woman who is both, right?
I want a woman that high. I would say high. I don't want a woman that when I'm low.
So you want a woman who can take you to your heights,
I said high. Whatever
but
that
y'all,
means.
but y'all fragile. Is what I'm saying.
How is it fragile if you high?
That's the scenario, you motherfucker. Listen.
That's what I'm saying. It just-
So it's stronger
How
if
does
you're
this not make
weak.
sense? How y'all?
But yeah, it's
Open
weak
your
if
mind
you're
up
stronger.
and listen. Listen just for 1
I don't
second.
understand it.
Listen for 1 second. I'm gonna help you.
No, I get what you're saying, but it doesn't make sense.
It
It makes
does.
no
It
sense.
does.
How are you high but it's weak? How is she making you? How is she making you
He's
successful?
saying if you're successful, she's took it to your heights.
But she's helping you,
your-
so how
but
am I
your
not happy?
But your relationship is fragile compared to being on your lowest of your lows. You're broke as fuck. She thugging it out with you, but your love and your bond is the tightest.
So
Which one
is
would
money
you
more
choose?
important or
That's
love?
It's
what
like
I-
Brad Pitt and Angelina
Money or
Jolie
love?
made hella money, Mr. Smith, but the relationship crumbled easily.
Is money
Versus
more
some
important to
poor
you
people.
I
or
would say
love? That's
I
what it is.
rather cry in a Maybach.
I want both.
Okay, so
I
you're a
want
bad bitch.
both.
I'll be middle class.
I want to be in the middle, but I need
There
the
is,
money.
no, we're not
There's a
saying
middle class.
middle.
Ain't no middle
nigga.
class.
You're choosing one or the
Ain't no
other.
middle
Why
class.
do y'all keep saying middle like that was an option?
I'm
we
not
throwing
playing
it in
I'm
there.
not playing the game.
Yeah, we're not
I'm
playing.
God,
We're done.
mic drop.
All right,
nigga.
so since they forfeit and I give an answer, I need that bottle. I need that bag.
Hold
that
on,
blunt.
don't give his answer.
The highs, of course.
Yeah, he don't care about relationships. Move on.
That don't mean I don't care about relationships. I'm just living fucking America. There is no happy relationship without fucking what
Money.
financially being financially
Success
good. There is no
and
fucking
money.
happy. You're not gonna be happy in a fucking box with your partner sleeping. In the,
It
that's
sounds
Exactly.
good.
it.
Sound like
I'm
a
not,
fucking
I don't
crackhead.
That's the worst type of love.
It sounds like an indigenous tribe, bro.
That's why I said
That's
trailer
what it
park
sounds
love
like.
because them niggas get together because ain't shit else. to
Because all they
do.
got is bum
Fuck.
dreams.
Yeah,
Bum dreams are the best.
exactly.
Bum dreams, you got your dick sucked every day. You got a fountain full of milk and
Yeah.
honey. Like bum dreams are the best.
no.
But when you
that's
wake
what
up,
it
you
is.
see that you got the rat is the only thing between you and the meal. Nah, I don't want my big. I don't want to be in love. I feel like I was in that.
I still rather choose the love. You know what I'm saying? I think that's more important.
He said low.
That's-
I mean,
that's what I
are we,
value, at
homeless and in love? My
No,
nigga? Like,
it's just it's more about the fortitude. It's more about the fortitude to
That's
be able to
what-
go through
I
that shit, but
understand
you're
that.
just
I would
never gonna
rather-
reach those heights that you might have with another person in a
but
situation
we don't have
that's
a good
more
relationship.
fragile.
They aren't loyal to me. They aren't. I mean, what? Right? It's a
Yeah,
weak
y'all
relationship.
fragile. Y'all fragile.
Yeah, I don't want the money for that to deal with that. I want a best friend.
Well, money to me is I got bigger plans for money outside of you. So that's why I'm like, I'd rather take the high. So if you leave me, shit, I'm still rich.
Why is it your money? It could be hers, and she leaves you,
Whatever money we got,
and you broke.
whatever money we got, we gonna split that. Whatever. I still got more money than I had when I'm low.
Okay.
That's no money. That's
But-
guaranteed no money.
And a woman just take it all for what you got, but if you ask them, they just take all your money.
Trailer park love
They ain't
for
want
the
to
win.
split it.
I'm grateful.
Yeah,
All right,
I'll take the
grateful,
trailer park love.
Oh, y'all
Last
been hurt.
question. Last question.
Y'all
Last
been
question
hurt,
before you
hurt.
wrap up. Y'all funny as hell.
Take all your money.
Last question to y'all. This is the whole room.
Bitches got it so easy, bro. I just don't even fucking
If you a bad
understand.
bitch, not all women.
Yeah, let's be real.
Some women got
Shit.
it, boys.
Well, they
I
done
pray for those women specifically though.
They done dangerous.
You pray for fours?
Some bitches be like, I'm never gonna find a nigga, and
They never do.
you look at them and you like, you probably right. I'm not even gonna hold
Yeah,
you.
you probably not.
I'm not
said
even
a
gonna
word,
hold
bitch.
you.
Y'all ain't shit, boy.
Oh
You
my
might-
God.
Preach
I
on a
fuck with
Friday.
you, but I'm probably the only one.
I'm with you, but not with you.
He ain't shit, boy.
Last question for the whole room: is logic always superior to emotions?
Yes, absolutely.
It should be.
Most times.
It depends.
This is
on
one of the only times I'm
situation.
asking absolute questions.
Yeah, I can't answer that. I'm a Cancer.
Oh, we already know what you are.
Shit.
I'm asking
Can't
answer
answer
the question.
Isn't it obvious?
Now it is.
Yeah, now you got
Shit.
pink on. It makes sense.
You're fucking retarded.
So, what about you? Is logic always superior to emotions?
No,
Why not?
It can't be.
Why not?
cause a lot of, I
You
mean,
got Donald Trump.
we're talking about relationships. We're talking about love. That's supernatural. You can't apply logic to that type of shit.
There's no logic to love.
No,
None.
So when someone,
Zero.
it
None.
doesn't make love. Don't make sense.
let me ask you a question. I agree with that to a certain extent.
So you got to lead with emotions.
Let me
That's
ask-
what's pivotal.
let me
That's
ask
what
you a
should be
question.
the leader.
Let me ask you a question. If someone is treating you bad, but they say they still love you,
Mm-hmm.
Women
Is-
stay
is-
all the time because of emotion.
Logically, I should
Just
be out of that
saying.
bitch.
talking to Suave.
Logically, I could be out of. I should be out of there.
Logic.
But emotionally, if I'm emotionally invested, chances are,
What's
just
the-
like with any other investment, if you're that deep in, you're gonna be way more reluctant to pull out.
But don't they always say?
Not until I get my ROI.
Don't they always say? Don't get into something that you can't get out of, right?
No.
That's what they always say. Don't.
Not for
Who
a
is that?
women.
But I've never
We always
heard
get
that
this shit
saying
before.
ever before.
White
start
people.
questioning
Only
your
white people
sources.
say that shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. Black people don't say that.
What you mean?
Don't get into
White people don't
something.
say that shit. What do you mean when I mean?
you don't know how to get out.
No, I'm saying
a
like
challenge.
It's,
Niggas
it's
always
basically,
get shit, they
it's
don't know how to
basically
get
saying
their
don't
test
get
yourself.
It's basically
The
saying
fuck?
don't. It's saying it's about self control. Don't get attached to something that you cannot see yourself get out of.
That's logical.
That's because
That's
you can get hurt.
logical. That's
not
Because you get
love.
hurt. You can get hurt.
But
That's
That's
not
not
love. That's
realistic.
not
That's
relationship.
why y'all are emotionally unavailable.
No, that's why I'm saying.
part of the reason.
If someone is hurting you, but they still say you love you, logically they'd be like, that's not.
Why do you
good
think
for me.
there's battered women?
I understand that, but they staying for emotions, not because of
Stockholm
logic.
syndrome.
They're staying, bro. That's in the fucking thing.
No.
That's that's an emotional reason why they staying, not logical.
Okay, but I'm just saying we're
exactly.
emotional
Emotion
creatures.
That's
Trumps
wrong
logic.
though. But that's wrong though. Logic would be
It
like you'll be
is
better.
wrong, but it happens. So I don't know what you want us to say.
I mean, you're saying it's wrong.
Logic
What was
is
your scenario?
I'm saying
What I answered?
I'm saying logically in relationships you should always go off of logic. Emotion should not dictate your relationship.
You wouldn't stay.
Emotions
Why
should
not?
dictate your decisions. Period.
Emotions
In
have
life.
loyalty.
So then why would you say emotions
Period.
lead a relationship? That's what he said. I'm not saying you said it.
But
Why
what
would
do
you
you
s-
feel
why
about a
why
person?
would
I say emotions should lead in relationships.
Why?
because
That's why
it's-
you're together.
Yeah, you can't. If
Right?
you're basing it off of logic, there's gonna be a lot
should
of
be-
open ends that just don't connect. There's gonna be a lot. Like, why am I doing this when I don't get this in return? Like, it's gonna be a lot of that
Love
just
is
doesn't add
not
up.
logical.
But those are questions
that's love.
But those are questions that you ask when you like wondering why I feel a certain type of way or whatever. When you evaluate the relationship, you ask logical questions. You don't ask emotional questions.
We
I'm
can
saying
afford
you
to be
need-
more logical in relationships, but that is not always the case, especially because women, we tend to lean more on our emotions. Most niggas would be left a long time ago if we relied on
And
logic.
they should though, right?
Oh,
So then why
some
are
of
so then
them.
why are we
Most
acting
of
like this
them.
is some goofy shit? You
It's
know?
not.
It should be a little bit of both. It should
It
be,
has to be a mix.
emotional driven first. Yes, I'll say 60%, and then the logic 40%. Like, I have to have the emotions behind it to love you, to be interested.
You make your decision
In the-
based on your emotions.
In the same breath, though, this relationship has to make sense if it's going to build and be better.
So
right?
you say
that's
60.
where the logic comes.
You say,
from.
well,
You know what I'm saying?
if 60% is emotional for you and 40 is logical, then the majority of the time you're making emotional decisions, and within that relationship.
That doesn't. No. I'm saying to get with somebody, in period, the initial link up, it has to be driven by emotion.
We're talking about while in the
So
relationship.
now, while in a relationship, it will slowly but surely, you feel me, it will be opposite. You know what I'm saying? So it should be now more logistical, a little bit 40%. You're more accustomed to each other. You're getting more comfortable. The commitment and the obligation and accountability is there. Now you need to be making logical decisions to build and grow. Once again, you know what I'm saying? Exact same thing. It's an interchanging thing. None of this is a one size template fits all. It's just like life. Shit gonna happen. Shit gonna change. Not everybody is meant for everybody. If shit don't work, it don't work. If you don't know everybody's full intentions, like, you know what I'm saying? Everything changes. So with that, I think being able to adapt is your best way. Like, it's emotional driven at first. You do things. Niggas go on dates, spend buku money just to show this motherfucker that he like her. You know what I'm saying? And then as the relationship continues and your goals and your focus change, you're not spending as much more money. You're trying to be strategic of what you do. You try to, you know what I'm saying? You try to build a plan with your woman. What's your goals? How can I support you? It changes. You know what I'm saying? So
I think that's the one time where the emotion and logic line up, but emotion is still the favor of those two. Your emotions are tied to those decisions. Like, I'm not going to be happy if I keep spending like this. That's emotional. I'm not going to be happy if I keep splurging like I used to, or if we don't set budgets to get to where we are. It also is logical, makes sense logically, but the emotion is what's really powering these things.
I agree, but like I said, moving forward into a relationship, once you're well in, it gets to a point where it should be like clockwork. Like, you know what I'm saying? It shouldn't have to be emotional to make every single decision. You know what I'm saying?
Though, what you think?
What's the question again, bro?
Is logic always superior to emotions?
No, I mean, I wouldn't say it's always superior, but it definitely should play the higher role. You know what I'm saying? Logistics and being logical it definitely has to. If you want a successful relationship, it has to definitely play a higher role than emotion. You know what I'm saying? Especially as a man, because you're a woman going to move with emotion anyway. So you got to be the logical one.
You have to be the balance.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because like she said earlier, like, men is emotionally unavailable most times anyway. So even if I do have emotion, it's not much.
And that's
You know
because
what I'm
we
saying?
busy being
it's
the
just
balance,
enough
bro.
to get us going. And then once we're
Yeah.
going, I'm making logical decisions again. I'm
Facts.
reverting back to homeostasis, quote unquote. I'm doing I'm going to move the way I move. Like, you're just a part of that vision now. So I don't know. It's, you know, it could be, you know, what do you feel like? Shit.
Shit, for me, it's just like, it has to make sense, period. Like, emotion, like, you can get emotional over pretty much any person. Just off of you saying, like, how you were saying, like, in the initial stage, you can get emotional off of anybody who's entertaining you, treating you well at a certain period of time. Yeah, I can fall in love with this, or I can like this a lot. But logically, you would have to ask yourself these questions, like, is this real? Is this someone who I can actually see myself with? Is this like, these are like something that are from an objective standpoint? Because emotionally, like, okay, this is there, but objectively, does this make sense? And that, to me, like you said, though, it has to come back to that. Like, that has to check off. To me, it's superior than emotion 9 out of 10 times. Because to me, the decisions you would make out of emotion, you make a lot of mistakes. Looking back at your life,
I made a lot of mistakes based off emotion.
based off emotion.
Facts.
I have more successes being more logical.
Exactly. It may
than
suck.
being emotional.
It may suck because logical is not sexy. Making sense isn't the popular thing to do.
But
well,
in
what
the long term,
success are y'all talking about?
I'm not talking about success. I'm talking about what makes sense for you and what's going to ultimately benefit you in the long run.
So you're talking about individually, not on some relationship shit.
Well, this is how you. That's what I'm saying.
Both. You have to love thyself to love others.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
You can't bless others if you're not blessed yourself.
Exactly.
So it's just like it has to start with you. Before I commit myself to anything, does this make sense? That's the question that you would ask before you go into any relationship, business, friendship, family. Well, not family, because sometimes you just you are.
Yeah.
But like in most relationships,
That's
hard because I think that's almost what contributes. I think to these days and age is rate of going in and out of these relationships and even marriages is because we try to treat it like a business, and that's just not
I'm
what
not
it
saying
is.
treat it like a business. I'm saying the reason why, in my opinion, they go in and out is because they made emotional decisions. They didn't really, because once you hear about them when they get out of it, they be like, this didn't really, like I did this, I did that, and looking back
wasn't
on
logical,
it
it was
wasn't
emotional.
like I wish I did that differently. And of course, that's 20/20 hindsight because the relationship ended. But most of the times we see red flags, we see signs early, but we ignore them based off of what? Emotion, not because of logic. Because otherwise, why would you ignore logic if you were trying to be objective?
Okay, so y'all said ever since you started thinking about shit logically, you've seen growth in what?
I've seen growth in myself. I've seen growth in like the mistakes I've made.
What about your relationships?
In my relationship, that's what I'm saying. The mistakes I made in my relationships, I've seen that because when I look back logically, like I knew that wasn't right. I knew I should have did that differently. I knew I shouldn't even gotten that in the first, like those type of things. Like I knew that early on, but because I was going off of emotions of wanting to feel loved, wanting to be liked, wanting to express my love for someone else, those were all emotional decisions. Not to say I regret them because they obviously got me to this standpoint now, but looking back on it, like if I went with logic, my life probably would have been a lot more different than it is now. Good, bad, or ugly, I don't know. But I know for a fact that moving forward, I have to think more logically because we're getting older. We're getting more grown. We can't just be making decisions. We can't be with anybody just to be with somebody.
Just to be with a person.
Yeah,
without having
that doesn't
purpose.
it doesn't make sense. Emotionally, for the night, yeah, I can fuck somebody or whatever. That's a one night stand, whatever. But I'm not trying to be with that person. And I'm going to make sure I'm not going to be with that person for a long time because either I'm going to wrap it up or I'm going to pull it out quick. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, again, logic plays into this shit when it comes to relationships.
Even in those scenarios, it sounds like you still got to emotionally be invested, though, before you're logically invested. Like you're not even getting to that logical point unless you're emotionally.
I never said that.
Yeah, I said in the initial stages, it has to be more emotion driven, of course. But as time goes on and you get comfortable with somebody, the logic damn sure breaks on in. You know what I'm saying? You have to start making more logical decisions, hands down. That's the only way you can build, grow, and continue to have longevity.
Make an argument for emotion.
The argument I would make for emotion is because it feels fucking amazing. Emotions, when you click with somebody emotionally, that's probably, at least in my opinion, is one of the best feelings in the world.
It is.
The happiest I've ever been was when I was in a relationship and we was clicking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you have, like the shit that we always talk about down at the end of the day, you get a little snapshot of it. Like when someone got your back, you got their back, and y'all can feel like y'all could take on the world together.
What about when y'all fucked with somebody logically?
No, when the
how do you logically fuck with someone? What does that look
that's
like?
what
I think that would look like
That's why initially when you drive
women
in, I
dating
don't think
up?
a logical decision.
That's logic.
My logic,
yeah, I think
my
logic
is
would
a
be
badass.
putting yourself in a situation where
You're
you know
so
she has the
annoying.
things that you like, or she brings to the table the things
Yeah,
that you like.
logic.
But
you
don't
just might not necessarily.
Yeah,
click.
have the click.
You've known other women who you vibed with better.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I have.
So you would prefer that type of relationship.
No, I would say I can gravitate towards those women.
Sex is
but
better
you
when
have
it's
to.
emotionally driven.
Yeah, of course you got to be.
Agreed.
You have to be comfortable with
Agreed.
who you with. If you're not
Real
comfortable,
talk.
it's not gonna be good sex.
That's when the squirt will come on out.
But
So
when
I'll
it
sacrifice some
comes,
good ass squirting sex
Lord.
for
no, I'm not
wet.
saying that. I'm saying that you have to make the decision based off
a logical
of like,
bitch.
No, but you have to make the decision based off of I gravitate towards these women. Okay, that's
Not
great.
shallow, bro.
But when I'm with this woman or these women,
Women shallow too.
does it
Chill
make
out.
sense?
We are not, but
Shit.
over 6 feet. I'm just saying.
That's shallow. Continue. She just proved the point.
You said over 6 feet. I'm just saying, what?
Yeah.
I just
It
don't
don't
want
make
to date
sense.
no one else. That's just my Mickey's personal. That doesn't mean I'm.
She ain't really saying shit. She just basically said I ain't dating short niggas.
I know. I agree. I agree with you because that's how I feel about, you feel me, certain females as well. I'm not gonna shame no woman, especially all the shit we just got done talking about. But I am
y'all
gonna
are
say
getting
is
no dates
I
off this
do have
podcast.
I do have preference. You feel me? And I understand that's right. But you can't say you're not shallow.
I'm not.
Yeah. You
Because
tripping.
everything else is deep that I want, though.
No, that
Nah,
doesn't
probably
make
not. You
sense.
probably got
That
about
doesn't
4 or
make
5 more of
sense.
those type of phrases.
That's not the only thing on your list that you be like, I'm petty about this shit. I know you, nigga. I know most of
Unemployed. Okay.
Would you
That's
date a white
shallow.
boy?
That's not you're being no one. Okay.
Would you date a white boy?
Yes, I have multiple.
All right, I don't even know why I put you on this.
What about
podcast.
a little
It's
dick white boy?
podcast.
All
Don't
disrespect.
discriminate.
That
And I'm
means
not
that-
shallow.
What about a little dick white boy? What about a broke white boy?
Okay.
Right, boy.
What
wait.
about a
saying
hood
right
white
now?
boy?
What are we
who
saying?
says nigga?
Would you date Paul Wall?
Said a hood white boy that says
Would you
nigga.
date Paul Wall?
You're retarded.
These
That's
are
I-
all little shallow
Would you-
points where you
would
these are
date a
deal
rich-
breakers for
Would
you.
you date a rich Paul Wall or a broke Paul Walker? That's all it is. That's all it
A
is.
little bit of both.
And you lost points off of that. Your team lost based off of you saying that.
Okay.
Hey, so chilling dough, whatever you want,
music,
bro.
bro.
They cannot win. Sorry, they don't win.
Oh no, I gotta find it, bro.
No.
He say ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying? The family ain't
God.
tied when the Hey.
Please, I won this whole game
You
show
won.
single-handedly.
I really won. I was giving
You
y'all
sitting
the
there over there
deepest
looking like
food for
Bernie
thought
Sanders.
answers.
Girl, you mad as hell. Pow, she over there like that. And
The
nigga,
entire time, because this has been a
We
real
didn't mean
ride.
to berate you, but y'all deserved it.
cotton candy. But now listen, at the end of the day, man, we just want women to understand that we are trying to understand y'all. And I now understand
No,
that I
you're
will not
not,
ever
though.
be able to understand y'all.
That's not true.
What do you mean?
Because deep down, like how when Nick opens up and actually talks, he says the stuff that could formulate into a substantial relationship. When y'all settle down and stop
He's
talking
talking
about
shit.
ass and sex and shit
I'm about
like
to
that.
say, I don't
do
think
too,
you
though.
never
You do
really
too.
talked to Nick.
No,
What?
you do too. I think you have solid answers like that make sense for a guy I would date or
Yes.
a girl that would be like, okay, yeah, we want the same things. Like I'm saying, sometimes
I feel
through
like I
all the
agree-
bullshit, I get your clarity.
I feel like I agree with you most of this podcast today. But you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, but
Not really.
I was gonna say.
Exactly.
Okay.
we did agree
Sounds
on
like-
both.
Okay.
We did agree on both. Shit, that's why we won, nigga. Shit.
All right, but since you got the
Now,
floor,
he said that out of emotion.
It was logic.
get last thoughts from everybody on just relationships in general. How you feel about women these days, or how you feel about the dating game these days?
Once again, I said I think we're just the we're trying to, the goal we're trying to do with this. We're just trying to really understand women from a good man's perspective. I'm not talking about the nigga who cheat on you, fuck your mama, all the extra bullshit. I'm talking about the good niggas who's actually trying to build with black good women, or women in general, but my preference is black. Sorry for the other ones.
Black and fat ass.
Nah, black and then Spanish following that one, maybe white.
And a
Matter
fat
of
ass,
fact,
right?
White last. Huh?
You said
And a fat ass, listen, if I could get a fat ass for 200, Alex, you know what I'm saying? What's with y'all?
that might as well be on the consensus.
If Mickey can get a tall nigga, I can get a bitch with a fat ass. Real shit, bro. Real shit. It's my preference.
Wow, what does that mean?
What do you mean is what I mean? It's my
I mean, y'all
preference.
both have a little some shallow aspects.
That's a
to
shallow.
Your preference.
That is a shallow
To your
aspect,
preference.
and I admit that.
All
But
right.
once again, if I'm gonna deal with a woman for the rest of my life, and I don't think y'all understand, it's the rest of your life.
You want to butt the jiggles.
I
You
want
hit it
an
from the
ass I
back.
can
Okay,
stare
we
at
get it.
and understand why I'm loyal in here. I can't have that, but nevertheless, no, because women say, no, you can't have that. You can't be happy. No, nevertheless, I just want us to understand that we're trying to understand women, and now I understand that we can never understand women.
That's just not true.
So at this point, I definitely want to just support y'all. I'm going to continue my mission to try to support, but good luck. That's all.
Okay.
Doe?
You sound confused.
Last remarks.
I'm trying. That's all I can do. Yes. I'm gonna get a fat ass regardless.
I mean, my last remarks would be, I don't know, man. Just, we just got to focus on ourselves for real. You know what I mean? Focus on yourselves, better on yourselves, your own success. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we all know that women are lost, and we are here to guide them. That is why God made man first. You know what I'm saying? Then he made woman. You know what I'm saying?
guide women.
To guide women. Women are, you know what I'm saying, emotional creatures, and it takes for a logical male to guide them. You know what I'm saying? They can be your assistant, your partner, but you are the lead. You know what I'm saying? So it's not so much as us understand the women. Women need to learn to understand men more. And that's a fact.
I definitely agree.
I agree. As a matter of fact, I'm a follow up with that.
Keep it short, bro.
Women, damn, you ain't tell nobody else that.
Because they don't be long-winded like you be.
I'll be dropping gems like Martin Lawrence on Blue Streak. But
Drop kidney stones.
I'll say this. I think you should strive to get to know your partner as much as possible. And I don't say try to get to understand them. I say more so look towards accepting them for those times when you're just not going to understand. Because I think Willie's right. He came to the conclusion, like, there's going to be some things about women that we don't understand. There's going to be some things that women don't understand about men. And we just got to get to a point where we can accept that and actually accept that shit.
Yeah, agree
like
to disagree.
Actually, agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree.
It's easy to say it. It's easy to push past it or ignore it for the time being or be petty about it. That shit's easy. But to really get yourself to the point where you are accepting that y'all agree, like y'all disagree, accept that about one another, and you know that about your partner, that should be the goal. It's kind of the whole Jesus thing. We're never gonna be as good as Jesus, but we have to strive towards it.
Real talk. You know what I'm saying? It's consistent.
And don't go down that rabbit hole, ladies. Don't go down that rabbit hole. That's when y'all thoughts. You can change the way you are feeling and your emotion based on some fucked up thoughts you having, off inconclusive evidence, off of an incomplete story. Y'all all of a sudden be mad at a nigga and you don't even you mad at a situation that could have been.
Got half the truth.
Right.
Ain't nothing but it. You know what I'm saying?
You mad because of what a nigga could have done in the situation, rather than wait to taper back your emotions.
Ungrateful.
Until you figure out what happened.
And now the nigga rich now. Now you a coulda, woulda, shoulda ass.
And
nigga.
now you fucking for Birkin bags. You're a hobosexual. Fucking for a spot to sleep.
And men out there, let me tell you something. Fucking the bag that went up. Up your fucking standards. Don't let pussy just be it.
The price went up.
Up your standards. Work on yourself.
That should have been the saying. The price went up.
The price went up, bro. Work on yourself. You feel me? Get a better job. Strive. Get a better education. Make more money. The women are gonna come. They're gonna come. I'm willing to wait it out. Work on your body, your mental, everything.
They always say you're gonna lose money chasing women, but you don't lose women chasing money.
Come on.
That's
Mickey, what's up? What's your last thoughts on this?
Unless you move out of state.
And I need a throw baby.
Oh, baby. Well, if I do agree with anything Doe said the entire podcast is we do need to focus on ourselves and get better. Not just men, because they aren't here to lead us, but we do need to focus on ourselves and get better because that will open us up more to understand each other, men and women. Yes, women are emotionally driven creatures, but a real woman will be a fucking ride or die, even more so than your friend sometimes. So don't act like that's a negative. Look at your mom. She deals with your poopy ass. So
Come on.
I'm just saying, black women will ride for you. That's a real thing. And
they will to a fault.
Technically, I didn't ask to be here, but
like to our own demise.
Mom, like this your
Gotta
job.
love y'all for that one.
This y'all job.
To our own demise, we will ride for you. That's real shit. It's fucked up, but it's real.
It is
But
real. That's real.
yeah, I think that we could afford to compromise more and be more open to understanding ourselves more, because if we understand ourselves more, then we are better to able to communicate for men to understand us.
My last thought, I'm gonna keep it short. It's more so about chill. We talked about this at the crib. The Mando way, the lifestyle. I think the Mando lifestyle. If you're ever a fan of Mandalorian, you may get this. If not, just listen. There is a way for you to do things on your terms that fulfill your needs, but you have to figure that out for yourself. And most of the time, other people who you're around will try to dictate that way for you. But you have to figure that out on your own. That doesn't mean that you have to be alone, and it also doesn't mean you have to feel lonely. Just know that that's a part of everybody's journey. Anybody that you've seen be successful, whether it's in relationships, professionally, or whatever, they have had to go through some hard shit on their own. When you look at those Harry Potter movies, his friends took him to a certain point, but at the end of every movie, he had to face those battles on his own.
Potter?
Potter. The Mando way that I feel like I'm like way embracing is that this is the way. You know what I'm saying? This is the way that for me moving forward, how I'm thinking and how I'm moving. This is what's best for me. I've had to
lose some people, sacrifice some things. Even I had to move out of a whole state just to figure out what the fuck I want to do and how that best will serve me in the end. And I feel like a lot of people don't do that. That's why they get into certain relationships to have that be fulfilled for them. That's why they act a certain way. You know what I'm saying? It's based off of just what is on the outside going in instead of the inside coming out. So I think that if you live by a mantra that is what's best for me at the end of the day, and it's not a selfish thing because you're not trying to be inconsiderate of others, but just more so like you have to love yourself before you can love anybody else. I feel like we end up doing a lot of things for others, and then when we don't get that back, we blame others. Like, nah, maybe you shouldn't have been doing so much. Like, what do you do for yourself?
Right.
So moving forward, I think when it comes to just this whole conversation is just about trying to understand the other side, but also recognizing that at the end of the day, you need to make the best decision for you. And I support anybody doing that.
I feel like we've been, kind of a little bit, just a little bit disrespectful to women this episode. And I want to go out kind of on a different note. So, what if we went one by one and said, just one slight thing that we want to shout women out for, even if it's a small group? Like, I'll start it out. Shout out to the women who will let you borrow their car when you have one and use their gas.
Shout out to the baby mamas in the past that knew I wasn't shit, but yet you still fucked with me anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the loyal women that stay down, understand niggas can make mistakes.
Shout out to the women who just know, who are uncompromisable. Women who know who they are, who stand 10 toes on what they believe in, and no matter what will, put God forth and follow that path that's meant for them.
Mickey, shout a nigga out.
No.
Hey, shout out to the women that'll suck a dick even when they don't necessarily feel like it.
Hey, real talk, but shout out to all the
Shout
throw
out to
babies,
you.
bro. Shout out to the ones
You
who wake
throw
up
babies.
6 in the morning, just pull your dick out, start sucking it just cause it's Wednesday.
Suck your dick an
I
hour before
love
your
you.
alarm. You don't mind
I
that.
love you. I
And you
swear
don't
I
hit
do.
snooze.
Oh yeah.
They suck it before the alarm goes off.
Hit snooze for you.
Shout out to the women that know how to save you. Nah, I ain't gonna say that.
50% on your car insurance by switching the Geico.
No, I was gonna say shout out to the women who know just how to just take care of you, who know how to roll your blunt, know how to just rub your back.
Yeah, shout out to the women that'll hold your dick while you're driving. Hold your dick while you're watching TV.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all try that shit though. Try to talk about a serious thing with your man. Look your man in the eyes and stroke his dick. I'm trying to tell you, he gonna tell you all the answers. All the answers you need to know.
Shout out to.
Oh, go ahead.
Let me actually shout out. Shout out to the good men who are trying to be the best version of themselves, are open to actually understanding women.
Shout out to the women who will take a shower before they suck your dick. So if you want to eat her out in return, she clean.
Hey, real talk though. Shout out to the woman who like to
Simple
suck all day dick. You know them bitches, they just couldn't
We
wait
have
to stick a dick in
jobs.
their mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the women that know how to.
You don't suck dick all day. You just suck all day dick. Like the dick smells like all day. So you just, you know what I'm saying? Like you said all day.
You talking about
dick.
them briefs?
Yeah.
Shout out to the women that get you their favorite cereal.
Mm-hmm.
And always support your snack methods.
Yeah, they get the snacks already. You don't gotta tell them. You could have forgot to tell them.
I'm about to get real personal about what I like in a woman. Shout out to the women
That's
that.
what I'm asking.
Shout out to the women that won't spoil a TV show for you, even if they already watched it.
Oh my God.
Basically, shout out to women that lie to their men to keep them happy.
Yeah.
I love
facts.
those
Oh,
women.
hell yeah.
I love those women.
For sure.
Lie
For
to
sure.
me sometimes.
Excluding
Shit.
cheating.
Y'all do like to be
If I
hyped.
catch you, I got
That's a
you.
real thing.
Well, shit, if she cheating and I don't get no STDs and she got no baby, do you know she cheating?
All
Hey,
these bitches cheating.
Nah, that's terrible, but it's cool.
Shout out to the
It's cool.
women who will tell you the shit you don't feel like listening to, common day shit about their day, and they won't get mad at you because you're not listening. Shout out to them.
Shout out to the women who are ill-built but not ill-minded.
There you go.
There we go.
You know what I'm
Shout out to
saying?
the fat bitches that know how to suck a mean dick and suck a nice slop.
Shout out to the niggas that know how to stay in the friend zone.
Oh, okay. That's a good
Fair
one.
enough,
That's,
fair
that's a very sexist one. That's good.
Shout out to the niggas who leave the friend zone and fuck with her best friend. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Shout out to the niggas going to a job they hate, doing what they got to do to pursue the shit they really want to do in life.
Hey, shout out to the hoes that
real thing,
are
yo.
the ugliest friend in their group, but will still toss shoot a
Real
oop for her
thing.
friends.
Yes, I love.
Oh, you the
Wait,
truth.
say that again?
You the truth. I'll
Shout
fuck
out
with
to
bitches
the
like that.
the hoes that are not the prettiest in their group, but they'll still throw the oop for you for the pretty ones in their group,
And probably still suck your dick after.
and be down to join
Come on.
What?
or record it.
Hey, shout out to the bitches who like to teabag but don't teabag. You feel me?
I don't have a lot to shout out for men. There's not a lot of good ones, but the ones that are good, shout out to y'all. The ones that just
Shout out to
the
good
niggas
people.
that pretend to care, right? Like really sell that shit though.
shout out to good people in general. Good
Shout-
women, good men.
Shout
Just
out to-
doing their thing, being themselves. Just thank you.
Shout out to the bitches that know how to feed you. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? That will come home. They'll hit you up and say, "I'm about to stop here. Do you want something?" Those are the A1.
Well, she got to be a bitch, though.
Shout out to the women who are aware enough to know when and when you don't want to be bothered.
Yeah.
Shout out to the bitches that don't get mad when you call them bitches. It's just the term.
Shout out to the
That's
bitches
it.
that let me slap them in the face, choke them, and call them a bitch.
Okay, he's going too far.
I hope that stays in. Make that make the podcast.
Shout out to that one bitch.
Make that.
That goofy bitch.
What you mean? Wait, so during sex, you ain't gonna do that? Exactly. You
This
sound
is the
dumb.
this is the end.
Yeah,
of-
you sound dumb. You lame bastard.
This is
Ain't safe, but
this is
Nigga built like a
this is the
black
be-
bean.
This is the beginning of our Black Sheep series. As you can see, we don't give a fuck no more. We getting
It's
canceled.
done. It's over.
You know what I'm saying? This is the
Yeah,
last
I
drop.
don't
Mickey ain't
see
gonna
this-
never be back here again.
No.
Yes, you will. She'll be back.
I don't see you having him.
She'll be back.
I love y'all. This podcast though is.
Law
This was a
handles.
lot. Yeah, this was a lot.
This is
to
honest.
what she
This is
said.
a black man's honesty. You say you didn't want 100%. This is why. Because you gonna hear this shit.
Exactly.
I
You gonna hear
didn't
the good,
say
bad,
I
and the
didn't
ugly.
want 100%. But if it's all about demeaning me,
How's it
I
demeaning
mean,
you? We gave a shout out to all women. We gave a shout out to women, bitches,
Women
and
who
hoes.
suck dick, women who do things for you, women who lie. Like,
I said
what?
the first thing I
Those
said.
are shout outs.
the
Those
fir-
are special cases.
the first thing I
but
said.
I'm just saying, like
Nah,
the
you wasn't
basic
listening then. You wasn't
subject of this
Nah.
podcast was kind of misogynistic. You even said it. You even said that.
That may be true,
That's
but
what
that was just
he
for
said
com-
on a certain question.
That was
Just
for
saying, you're not gonna have
conversation.
a lot of female.
I feel like we
fans.
took it light. To be
We
honest.
did actually take it light. This was very PG. It could have got 10 times.
Shout out
worse.
to the women that love themselves enough to where they don't got to get their happiness from me.
What does that even mean?
He basically said, shout out to bitches that don't ask me for shit. shout out to
There's some women who rely on you for their happiness because they don't know where theirs stems from.
That is true. That is true. Men do as well, but
Men, don't sacrifice your happiness for women's because it'll only leave you unhappy.
I would say this. Shout out to all the listeners. We appreciate y'all always tuning in, even when we be dumb late with episodes and all that shit. Y'all the real A1s. Whether that's men, women, bitches, hoes, whatever you want to categorize yourself. We love y'all. We support y'all, just like y'all support us.
Shout out to the women that'll suck your dick in a mess but clean you up after.
You want her to clean you up.
She's a neat freak. It's romantic. What do you want?
All
What do
right.
you want from me?
That'll do it for us this week. We out. Peace.
Holla.